reasons the Eagles have been able to turn this bad boy around has been the play of the defense. Now, that unit has taken accountability one step further. They have organized players-only meetings with no coaches present in that situation. They have taken that meetings, though. They don't just necessarily sit around and gripe about things. They do constructive things. They watch film together. They have the game plan together. They correct and critique each other as well. Two of the players who started those are Jeremiah Trotter and Brian Dawkins. They are obviously consummate team leaders. Back to you.
No question about it, Pam, and this team has hung in there with the adversity that they had. The first play is a handoff to Warwick Dunn, and no gain on the play. And let's take a look now at the Falcons offensive line, and leading the league in rushing. Troy, they've had to do something right up there.
Well, they have, and they have all season long. I mean, this is not an overly big group, and that hurts them in pass protection. But one of the reasons why they're the #1 rushing offense in the National Football League is due to the athleticism of that group up front.
Second down and 10, and getting Matt Lair back. Todd McClure, the center, has a contract extension. And again, they go to Warwick Dunn, and the Eagle defensive line limits Dunn to a 2-yard gain. Jeremiah Trotter making the tackle. You talked at the outset about the defensive line, and Jim Johnson's group has really stepped up in the last few months.
Well, when you look at what happened to them in the middle of the season when they were not playing very good football, and why it is so dramatically different here over the last 4 weeks, especially the last 2 weeks, it's been due to those 4 defensive players up front.
Third down and 8. Eagles will not blitz. Michael Vick to throw for the first time if he can. And Vick's toss batted in the air. It was intended for Warwick Dunn downfield and covered by Brian Dawkins, who has picked up his game dramatically in the last month. So 3 and out, and the Falcons continue to struggle with opening drive offense.
And one of the things in talking with Jim Johnson was that he did not want Michael Vick to be able to get to his play side and throw the ball, but they didn't get hurt on that last play.
Michael Kanan with the punt, and it goes out of bounds around midfield, so the Eagles will see good field position following the 28-yard punt by Kanan. So 36-year-old Jeff Garcia, 4-1 record after taking over for Donovan McNabb. And of course, he's been with several clubs, as we know, and has really relished taking over the leadership of this club.
Well, a lot's been made of the way that he has played and the confidence that he has brought to this team. But I think that his game has elevated during this 4-game stretch as well. He's certainly enjoying himself. In fact, he told us that he's having more fun than he has at any other point in his career, even going back to the successful days that he had there in San Francisco.
Starting in midfield are the Eagles. Garcia to throw and getting a big pass rush, but completing to Brian Westbrook. Here goes Westbrook, and tripped up inside the 25-yard line. An explosive start for Philadelphia.
Well, this is really what Jeff Garcia has done a good job of here over the last couple of weeks. Demario Williams comes in untouched and puts pressure on Garcia, but because he's able to move out to his play side, he finds the Brian Westbrook and gets it into his hands, and it looked like Westbrook was going to go the entire way, but a good touchdown save and tackle there at the end by Chris Crocker.
And a great block by Dante Stallworth, a 29-yard pickup and a first down at the 21 of Atlanta. And we have the first penalty. It'll be a false start call.
False start, offense, number 86, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Terry McCauley, today's referee. Reggie Brown called for the false start. Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, they have been healthy, intact, and have really come up big in the last couple of games.
You know, and that's really been the key. I mean, it doesn't sound all that great to football fans out there when you talk about the offensive and defensive lines, but you know, as much as the defensive line for the Eagles has had to do with their defensive success, this offensive line has been outstanding as well.
First down and 15 after the penalty. Garcia's pass, trying to get it to Stallworth. And right now, let's take a look at the Atlanta Falcons defense. 10th against the run. Brady Jackson has had a big year. John Abraham, though, has been banged up, and that's hurt them.
Yeah, and you look at that defensive front, the job that they've done against the run. They really have been good in that area. Now, where they have struggled has been with this group. The secondary for the Atlanta Falcons has not played as well as what they would like. D'Angelo Hall, of course, a Pro Bowl player, but they've had to shuffle a lot of players there on the other corner opposite of him.
2nd and 15, the handoff to Westbrook. And Westbrook picking up about 3 yards. Chris Crocker, the free safety in. You talk about injuries to the secondary. Jason Webster, the starting cornerback, hurt, and Kevin Mathis also was banged up. So they were thin to begin with in the defensive secondary. It'll be 3rd down and long. Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator for the Falcons.
Ed Donatel has been a very successful defensive coordinator in this league for a long time. Most people, however, remember that big 4th down conversion against the Green Bay Packers that kept the Eagles alive in the playoffs many years ago.
3rd and 12. Garcia gets good protection and on the run. The pass incomplete, intended for Stallworth and batted down by Lawyer Malloy. So 4th down coming up, and Akers will come on to try a field goal. So the big play to Westbrook, and now the Falcon defense tightens, and Akers, who was 3 for 3 last week, will attempt a 41-yard field goal. And Akers puts the Eagles in front, 3-0. With a 41-yard field goal. And right now for a game break, let's check in with Joe Buck in Los Angeles. Joe.
All right, so Dick, you got the 3-point lead there for Philly. How about the NFC Eastern Division crown for the Eagles? 5th time last 6 years. Tony Romo, 4th and goal, could not get in. It's an 8-point Detroit lead. That game about to wind down. So Dallas on their way to a loss. The Eagles win the division. Congratulations to Andy Reid and company. Dick and Troy and Pam, back to you.
And the Eagles and their fans know this. This is the 5th NFC East title in the last 6 years for Philadelphia. Romo stopped, as you saw, on 4th down at the 1-yard line.
Well, now you see Andy Reid and Jim Johnson conversing, and you just wonder what starters now are going to be rested. There's no question that Andy Reid, in previous seasons, when given an opportunity to rest players going into the last game of the season, he has done that, knowing that they're going to have to come back next week and play again here at home. I would have to believe that they're going to begin resting players immediately.
I would think so. I happened to run into Juan Castillo, the offensive line coach of the Eagles, a little while ago. I said, what do you do if Dallas loses the game? And he felt that they would start to make changes in the second half, but we'll see what they do now that they know the result there. So the Eagles can take a deep breath now as they've won the division, and Akers kicking off. Allen Rossum at the 1, returning for Atlanta. And runs into a stone wall at the 22. Falcons going on offense for the 2nd time in this game. So right now the Bears and the Saints have clinched byes in the first week. Chicago home field throughout. The Eagles have the 3rd seed and Seattle number 4. The Cowboys are number 5, and the Giants, by the virtue of the St. Louis Rams winning today, would be the 6th and final team, and they won a big one last night against the Redskins to finish 8-8.
Well, they sure did, and congratulations to them, especially Tiki Barber. What a great game he had. Wow.
3 touchdowns, well over 200 yards. From the 23, Warwick Dunn on the handoff, and Mike Patterson right there to make the stop. Dunn picking up 4.
You know, a little bit of a gift, though, given to the Philadelphia Eagles here as far as Dallas losing the ball game. I don't think at any point during the week did the Eagles feel that Dallas would lose to Detroit at home, so they prepared as if they would have to win this ball game. But now to be given the opportunity to rest players is going to be nice for them.
And that may happen sooner than later as the pass underneath to Roddy White. Good for 3 yards, and you saw Andy Reid talking to some of the players, explaining what happened, what the strategy is. Well, if All the fans didn't know the result of the Cowboy game. They do now, as the Lions victory has posted the final score. And welcome to Philadelphia. This crowd on its feet. They have just been informed officially that the Lions beat the Cowboys, thus making the Eagles the NFC East champions. So the Eagles do not need a win in this game. Michael Vick throwing deep and nearly intercepted. A flag goes down. Roddy White defended downfield by Sean Considine and Roderick Hood.
Well, here you're going to get a chance to look at
Pass
Roddy
interference.
White.
Defense, number 29. Automatic, first down.
You know, they call Roderick Hood on the pass interference. They got him with his left arm right there. Initially, it looked like their feet just got tangled up. Hood certainly was looking back to make a play on the ball, but I think the official saw that hand, and that's what drew the flag.
35-yard penalty on Hood and a first down. Falcons on the Eagles 35. Michael Vick, the quarterback, and Warwick Dunn. And picks up about 4 yards as we check in with Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Dick, before they put the end of the Dallas game up on the scoreboard, Andy Reid went to certain players, tapped them on the shoulder, said, "You're out, you're out, you're out, you're out." A.J. Feeley's warming up, and he's going in for the Eagles, as we'll see in just a little bit. This is a time for some of these backups to get a little game time, but Andy Reid knew that it's better to get some of these guys out.
No question about it. You don't want to get any player injured when you know you'll have to be playing in a wild card game next week. Play action, and Michael Vick has plenty of time and completes to Michael Jenkins, and a first down to the 15. Eagles winning their 5th division title in the last 6 years.
You know, you look at the protection that Michael Vick is going to get on this play, and a lot of people feel that the reason Michael Vick has not been more consistent as a passer this year has had more to do with the lack of protection by the offensive line. You see there, he got the protection. He's able to get the ball delivered to Jenkins.
16-yard gain, and the Falcons threaten. Here is Dunn going outside, and Dunn is about a yard or so shy of the first down. Dhani Jones makes the stop, as Dunn, who has not been used that much in recent weeks when the Falcons have struggled. They're looking at a 2-6 finish in the second half of this year, and Dunn kind of has been a forgotten weapon.
You know, you can see there by the graphic what has happened over the last 10 ball games. His yard per carry average down dramatically. Of course, Jarius Norwood, the rookie, he's been playing more here as of late. He's been very productive when he's been given his opportunities.
Second down and 1. Vick. A lot of time. Lofts it into the end zone to a wide open Warwick Dunn for the touchdown. A 7-yard play, an interminable time that Dunn was standing there wide open, and Jim Mora, who knows there is pressure on him as the Falcons season comes to an end, elated that the Falcons have taken the lead.
They run this off of play action, and Michael Vick was able to buy some time because of the protection. There's just nowhere to go with the football, as you can see. Everybody's covered up. Warwick Dunn leaked out late. That's why he was so open. Michael Vick found him.
Morton Anderson adds the extra point, and the Falcons lead 7-3. So Dunn receiving the pass from Vick, who now has 20 touchdown passes this year, and that is a career high for him.
Have you noticed? Southwest Airlines now has more nonstop flights from coast to coast than ever before.
You are now free to move about the country.
There's no way to hide it. If you drive drunk, we will find you. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement and cracking down like never before.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Sir, have you been drinking this evening?
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Make no mistake, you will get caught. and you will be arrested. Over the limit, under arrest.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More power, space, capability. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Get $2,750 Nissan cash back or 1% financing on the Titan King Cab. Plus, get up to $1,000 bonus cash on select Nissans on top of all other incentives through January 2nd.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41.
Donovan McNabb watching festivities from up on top, and he has been rehabbing his torn ACL, and we saw him in practice the other day and says it's coming along well.
Yeah, I was surprised that he's actually moving as well as what he is, and he, as you can tell, he's in good spirits. He hadn't lost his sense of humor. I know this has been hard for him. For any quarterback, any player, when you get hurt, you're not a part of a team when they're out having success. But one of the really good guys in the National Football League, and has been a great leader for this organization.
Michael Kanan kicking off following the Falcons touchdown. Reno Mahe trying to get some running room, gets down at the 21-yard line. So Michael Vick with his 20th touchdown pass of the season. And Vick, he'll take the lead anytime. 7-3.
Thank you, Mr. Scrooge. Would you like a bag?
No, thank you. Bless you, Mr. Scrooge.
To Ebenezer!
When you use your Visa card this holiday season,
ice cream for everyone.
You'll be automatically entered for a chance to win $100,000. A prize like that could loosen even the tightest wads. The Visa Holiday Sweepstakes. Life takes Visa.
Hi, honey. The holidays were great, but we're still going to need a few things, so if you could stop by Radio Shack and get some batteries, that would be just great. Okay, yeah, 1 second, sir. Also, for the iPod, we're going to need iTrip, and we're also going to need some of those really cute little speakers. Ask the salesman, he'll know which ones. Oh, and hey, for the digital camera, we're going to need an additional memory card, and some photo paper. Oh, and yeah, for your wireless phone, get a charger, and some headset, and what are those little things you can clip to your belt, and some...
All the stuff you need to go with all the stuff you got, only at Radio Shack.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. By Visa, go on, live life, and remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa. By Microsoft, software for the people-ready business. And by State Farm, great service, great rates. Nobody takes care of you like State Farm.
Back here in Philadelphia, the Falcons lead the Eagles 7-3. And A.J. Feely has gone in at quarterback, has appeared in one game, and that was against the Colts, where he completed 4 out of 5. This is his second stint with the Eagles. They start on the 21-yard line. Terrell Buckholter in at running back. Buckholter doing superbly as a backup running back. No gain on the play. And the Eagles, who did not win in a division game last year, 5-1, and that was the key to them winning the division. Doing it all against the teams.
Well, they played well within the division. They've been playing well within the division for a number of years, with the exception of last year, of course, after the injury to Donovan McNabb. But for a team that came out and played exceptionally well and was rolling, and then went through that stretch where they were not playing very good football, the way that they've been able to turn around this season is really remarkable.
Feely gets hit as he tries to get out to Buckholter. Interesting that the one loss that the Eagles had in the division.
Roughing the passer. Defense, number 51. Illegal helmet contact. 15-yard penalty.
Demario Williams.
Automatic first down.
Yeah, Demario Williams a couple times now been able to get pressure, on the quarterback. No question there. You're going to see him lower the helmet right there underneath the chin. That's one way to get ready to play this ball game. A.J. Feely, who has not played much, Played a little bit several weeks ago, and then to get in here and drop back to pass, and then take a helmet right underneath the chin strap.
Saw the Eagles division record. Their one loss was to the New York Giants here in an overtime game, and that's who the Eagles will play in the wild card game next week. Terrell Buckhalter off the right side, and a flag is down as Buckhalter crosses the 40-yard line.
Illegal formation, offense, 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So a 5-yard penalty. And Buckhalter limping off the field. Talking about Buckhalter, who is practically out 2 years with a couple of operations on his right knee. They don't want to take any chances, obviously, with Brian Westbrook. So Buckhalter, one of the key backups, and so he gets hurt.
Well, and Terrell Buckhalter is a key component to this offensive team. I know Brian Westbrook is the guy, but they've been able to utilize Buckhalter, especially here lately, and he has run exceptionally hard.
Ryan Moats has gone into play running back for Buckhalter. There's Moats, first down and 15, and the slant attempt is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Rod Coleman. Jeff Garcia has a very brief appearance in the 16th game, and not taking any chances with him, obviously, going into next week's wild card game.
But I'll tell you, what a great situation the Philadelphia Eagles had coming into this season with Donovan McNabb as your starter, Jeff Garcia, a guy who won a lot of games in this league, as your backup, and then A.J. Feely and the success he had here in Philadelphia a few years back.
Oates is brought down by Paul Carrington after a 2-yard pickup. And of course, there are a lot of teams, Troy, that don't have even a decent second quarterback on their roster. So that's paid off, that depth there for Philadelphia.
That was a nice move. Of course, they traded him, there to the Miami Dolphins, got a second-round pick when they traded him, and then ultimately A.J. Feely, things didn't work out for him that well there in Miami, and ultimately got traded to San Diego. But when he became available, I thought it was really a great pickup by this organization. I thought it was a great pickup when they picked up Jeff Garcia, considering the health here as of late of Donovan McNabb.
On 3rd and 13, pass caught by Hank Baskett, and a first down, and remains in bounds and stays on his feet to get inside the 40. A 28-yard completion to Baskett.
Yeah, Hank Baskett, a rookie who the Eagles really like. He's a big physical wide receiver. Got good speed, and they especially like his hands. Running a good route, and then of course Feely putting it on him. And you got John Abraham, who was limited last week. You see the big club there on his left hand. He had surgery on his thumb. They inserted pins. This is his second week to play with that cast.
Here's Ryan Moats trying to get outside, and he does. And a flag down as Moats picks up the first down and gets inside the 30-yard line. Paul Carrington, the rookie defensive end, initially
illegal
missed
use
Moats.
of hands to the face. Defense, number 71. 5-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
Darryl Shropshire, illegal hands to the face.
Well, there's a shot of Terrell Buckhalter working on him and seeing exactly what the nature is of his injury. You see him pointing to the knee. And I can tell you, if he is unable to play once they go into the playoffs, that's going to be a big loss for this football team.
And they're also shifting that offensive line as well.
Well, they got Harriman's here, the left tackle. He's normally the left guard.
Jamal Jackson remains at left guard. Stepping up is Feely, and the pass caught by Baskett. And Baskett, the undrafted rookie from New Mexico, picks up 11 yards and a first down inside the 10. So Harriman's is at left tackle, Jackson at left guard, Nick Holes the center, and Scott Young and Sean Andrews on the right side.
Well, this is a pretty good picture here of the hands that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Nice job of being able to adjust his body. And he, along with some of these other wide receivers, they're still young guys. They're only going to get better, and they have throughout this season.
First and goal at the 9, and Ryan Moats tackled by Keith Brooking after picking up a yard. And you talk about the variety of receivers. Jeff Garcia telling us the other day, when I was in San Francisco, they devised game plans for only one man. He was talking about Terrell Owens. Here, they all are unselfish, and he trusts all of the receivers.
Well, and I can't even begin to tell you what that means for a quarterback when, You know, they're always, usually at least, there's a guy on every team that is the star player, the star wide receiver, not just in San Francisco when Terrell Owens was there. There's always a little bit of pressure on a quarterback to get the ball in his hands. It's nice when you don't have that, you can just read through your progression.
The pitch is to Ryan Moats. And Moats is cut down by Jimmy Williams, who has been injured this year, making his 5th start today in cornerback. Loss of 1 yard for Ryan Moats. It'll be 3rd and goal. And it looks like Moats is a little gimpy right now going back to the huddle.
Well, that's what you worry about when you get into a game like this. As we try to see at least exactly what it was that happened, but you know, all of a sudden you get into a game and these players realize that it's a meaningless game. Not that they're not going to play hard, but now you worry about key players going down.
Buckhalter already shaken up. And they're not going to get it off. A delay of the game penalty against the Eagles. And that will bring up a 3rd and 14. Well, let's see if they called a timeout before the play clock ran down. It looked like the clock went to 0.
Well, based on the fact that A.J. Feely is over on the sidelines now communicating with the staff, he must have gotten the timeout called. And a lot of that is just the mechanics for A.J. Feely. I mean, again, for a guy who hasn't played a lot of football, you know, here this season, not even knowing that he was going to be playing today until the last minute. It's just a matter of getting out there and being able to go through the mechanics.
Timeout on Philadelphia. 3rd down.
So they did not get the timeout called, and it'll be 3rd and 14. 3rd and goal from the 14. There's Buckhalter, who has come on big, scored a touchdown last week in the Christmas night win at Dallas. There's that score above the Lions beating the Cowboys 39-31. 3rd and goal, tip and caught for the touchdown by Matt Schobel. 14-yard touchdown pass, A.J. Feely to Matt Schobel, who caught one last week against the Cowboys.
Well, the one he caught last week was his first touchdown reception of the season, and now he comes right back this week, catches another one. You know, this ball got tipped. Great concentration by Matt Schobel after the ball was deflected to be able to pull that one in. Good job keeping his feet in bounds as well.
Keith Brooking got a hand on that pass. And David Akers on board as the Eagles regain the lead. Akers gives the Eagles a 10-7 lead. Matt Schobel, who hadn't caught a touchdown pass in actually 28 games before last week against Dallas, now has 2 in 2 games. TD pass for Feely.
The season of hope, the season of joy, the season of light. When parents seem more like children and children more like angels. And on behalf of your good neighbors at State Farm, we want to wish you and yours all the hope, joy, and light the season has to bring.
Okay, let's review. Sarah, you got the new cherry chocolate phone.
Thanks, Daddy.
Keith, you got the new Envy. And you both got the network. What'd Dad get?
Aftershaves.
No, Dad got hosed.
You can still get what you really want at Verizon Wireless. V-Cast phones by LG like the Envy, the Chocolate, or these 2 fully loaded V-Cast phones for just $49.99. Verizon Wireless, it's the network.
Don't miss the savings Sunday and Monday only at Circuit City. Hurry in for special low prices on TVs, computers, and more. And log on to CircuitCity.com for incredible web-only specials. Sunday and Monday only at Circuit City.
9 plays, 79 yards for the Eagles. Feely 3 for 4 for 53 yards. And his first touchdown pass since 2004 when he had 11 TD tosses for Miami. Terrell Buckholder walking off the field into the locker room. And that's not a good sign for the Eagles as David Akers kicks off. Allen Rawson returning from the 6. Always dangerous is Rawson, but he is buried at the 27-yard line. So we'll take a timeout here in Philadelphia. The crowd celebrating the Eagles Division Championship.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More capability, style, power, space. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Save $3,200 on the 2006 Nissan Altima Special Edition. Plus, get up to $1,000 bonus cash on select Nissans on top of all other incentives through January 2nd.
Okay, let's review. Sarah, you got the new cherry chocolate phone.
Thanks, Daddy.
Keith, you got the new Envy. And you both got the network. What'd Dad get?
Aftershave.
No, Dad got hosed.
You can still get what you really want at Verizon Wireless. V-Cast phones by LG like the Envy, the Chocolate, or these 2 fully loaded V-Cast phones for just $49.99. Verizon Wireless, it's the network.
Boise State, Oklahoma, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, tomorrow, New Year's Day, only on Fox. Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Budweiser. Bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer.
Lead 10-7, and Jeremiah Trotter, the run stopper, non-parallel, out of the game right now, and only 3 Eagles starters on defense in there. 2 linebackers, Omar Gaither and Dhani Jones. And there is Vick on the bootleg. And the other starter just made a superb play in the open field. Strong safety Sean Considine, who limits Vick to only 3 yards.
You know, Sean Considine is a guy who filled in for Michael Lewis when they benched him following the New Orleans Saints game in October. And, you know, this is the way that he's been playing. I mean, you talk about tough duty trying to tackle Michael Vick out in the open field. And yet that's exactly what he was able to do. He has definitely upgraded this football team since he became the starter.
2nd down and 7 from the 30. And here's Jarius Norwood. And Norwood, a good-looking running back, rookie from Mississippi State, gets about 7 yards as we check in again with Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Dick, there was a great deal of concern about Correll Buckhalter coming from his teammate and coaches as trainers worked on him before he headed into the locker room. Buckhalter has missed 3 out of the last 4 seasons with injuries. Now he's got a knee strain. It is not, however, on the same knee where he has had surgery the last couple of seasons. Back to you.
And that's one of those, you roll the dice sometime, you put the backup in, and you need him as well, and he gets hurt.
Well, and anytime you got a head coach who's checking on a player coming off the field about his health, you know that that's a significant player.
Norwood, and Norwood very close to first down marker as Torrance Daniels, an undrafted rookie at strong side linebacker, and Sam Rayburn, a backup, trying to prevent the Falcons from getting the first down.
You know, it's amazing, Dick, that the Falcons are such a good running football team, and yet they've not had much success all season long in short yardage situations, whether that be just short yardage situations for first downs or down around the goal line. Here they were faced with 3rd and 1, and it takes a measurement to see whether or not they were able to convert. That has been one of the Achilles heels for this offensive team.
And they are short by inches.
You know, I tell you what, when the Philadelphia Eagles went with so many backups, there was already some pressure on this team to come out and perform, regardless of the fact of them not being in the playoffs. You know, of course, Jim Moore all week, they're talking about what his future is going to be. The pressure got a little bit more intense when now he's going to be playing against basically a bunch of backups.
1:14 remaining in the first quarter. Reno Mahe is back deep, and Michael Keenan will kick. So the Falcons not willing to go for it on 4th and inches on their own 37. wouldn't have been a good coaching decision under any circumstances. Kanan. And Mahe with the fair catch at the 31. The Eagles lead the Falcons 10-7 as we near the close of the first quarter.
Hi, I'm Rick. Can I answer any questions on your new CRM system?
Not really. It's pretty intuitive. Thanks.
Ooh, honey almond.
Heard the blintzes are good. You got any left?
Can I answer any questions for you? Hi, got any questions for me?
Nice system.
Closing deals left and right.
We're out of blintzes.
With the right software, people can train less and accomplish more.
You could say food's my life. I watch my diet. Still, my cholesterol's a little higher than my doctor and I want it to be. We talked about statins, which are a good option. For me, he chose a medicine that helps lower cholesterol differently. Zetia.
Most cholesterol medicines work mainly with the liver. Zetia works in the digestive tract, as do some other medicines, but Zetia is unique in the way it helps block the absorption of cholesterol that comes from food.
And Zetia, along with the healthy diet, lowered bad cholesterol by as much as 30 points. That's 18%. It complements what I've been doing lately, like eating healthy and exercising.
Zetia may not be right for people who have ever had liver problems, are nursing or pregnant, or may become pregnant. Your doctor will decide if Zetia is right for you. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect and should be reported to a doctor right away. Common side effects included tiredness and stomach pain.
So eat healthy and ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you. Now you can tell everybody that a waitress gave you a tip.
Zetia. It's a different way to help fight cholesterol.
A.J. Feely traded by the Dolphins to the Chargers along with a draft choice for Cleo Lemon starting for Miami in their finale against Indianapolis, then traded by the Eagles to Miami for a second-round draft choice. The Eagles used it to select Reggie Brown, so that worked out for Philadelphia.
Yeah, it did, and I think that A.J. Feely, even though he came in here as the third quarterback, I mean, this is an organization that he's comfortable with. They're comfortable with him. They know what he does well, and they couldn't wait to get him back here after he became available.
First down from the 31 for Feely. Here comes pressure, lofts it in the air, and there's Matt Schobel with the catch, and a flag is down. Penalty marker down at the 45. Matt Schobel, who caught the touchdown pass earlier from Feely, a 19-yard play pending the call.
Pass interference, offense, number 89. 10-yard penalty, first down.
So with under a minute to go, they call Schobel for the push-off.
Yeah, watch him as he comes off the ball and see if he gets the right arm extended. That's what they saw there on Boley. I don't think that he benefited from that, but anytime an official sees an arm extended, whether it's from a tight end or a wide receiver, they're going to call pass interference on the offense. Matt Schobel getting his opportunity to play again because they're resting L.J. Smith, a guy who didn't get a lot of balls there when he was playing with the Cincinnati Bengals prior to coming here to Philadelphia, has gotten fewer here.
Brian Motes gets tripped up at the 20-yard line by Demario Williams. Well, tomorrow, the Tostitos Bowl Bash begins. It all starts with the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic as Nebraska takes on Auburn. Then it's the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl as Boise State looks to complete an undefeated season when they battle Oklahoma. The Tostitos Bowl Bash begins tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific in high definition, only on Fox.
I really think there should be more bowl games. Don't you?
Yeah. And final seconds being ticked off. Once upon a time, they had only 5, believe it or not. That's the end of the first quarter with the Eagles in front 10-7.
Coach, would you agree it's a little hot in here for a mock turtleneck?
I wouldn't disagree with it. I wouldn't disagree with it.
Coach, my buddies tell me when it's this hot, nothing's more refreshing than a cold Coors Light.
You know something? They're right sometimes. More often than not, they're right.
Coach, doesn't this guy's hat look awesome backwards?
A lot of guys might not have reversed that.
Taste the cold of Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Did your place kicker make this onion dip?
It didn't look like he made it. from where we were standing.
You are watching the NFL on Fox.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyota-thon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. Right now, get 0% APR financing on a new 2006 Highlander, or choose $1,500 cash back, or get $1,000 cash back on the off-road power and fuel economy of an adventurous new 2007 4Runner. The Toyota-thon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
We've got a janitor that's breached our security and has no memory of any of it.
This Friday,
I am not a janitor.
Comes a comedy.
I'm a black Rambo.
Okay, Blambo.
About stakeouts.
You giving me a city?
You hot bun 69?
Oh, hell no.
Blackouts.
You don't remember your own wife?
Married to a white woman? Am I Lionel Richie?
And breakouts.
You're Dutch.
You have never heard of Dutch chocolates? Ricola.
Codenamed The Cleaner. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday.
Remember when everything you wanted, you got? Remember when wishes came true? Remember how it feels all over again. Introducing the BMW Holiday Wish Event, the best time of year to buy the new 328i sedan. Lease of 2007 BMW 328i for $329 a month until January 2nd, and we'll make a contribution to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
It throws a gala event, but when the guests go wild,
let's get this party going!
Nobody needs to see that.
It's every man for himself.
That woman violated me out there on that dance floor.
Till Death, all new, followed by The War at Home on its new night, Fox Thursday.
And we start the second quarter as we look at Andy Reid, comfortable with the division title and the lead in this game. Dick Stockton with Troy Aikman and Pam Oliver, and a false start penalty.
Offense.
And that's not
number 89.
Really that unusual considering all the backups that are in the game now, Troy.
Well, yeah, and more than anything, it's the quarterback, A.J. Feely, because just like the offensive line, and I understand, I know that there's a lot of different faces now along this offensive line, but they had to get used to the cadence when Jeff Garcia came in for Donovan. Now all of a sudden, this group's having to get adjusted to, and there's another one.
False start, offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And that's Todd Harrimans, who moved over to left tackle from left guard when the changes were made.
And Todd Harrimans, he just signed a new contract extension a couple of days ago, and that's one of the things that Andy Reid and Joe Banner and the organization here in Philadelphia has done a great job of over the years, is signing their players early and doing a great job managing the cap.
Second and very long from the 5. Feely gets it off, and it's caught by Thomas Tapei, the fullback, and he is down at the 19-yard line. By the way, Ryan Moats, who limped off, you saw a little while ago, replaced by Reno Mahe. So actually the fourth running back for the Eagles in there, and now you see Tapei go out of the game. Nothing wrong with him. Mahe coming into this one. Well, I don't know about that as they look at his left hand. Mahe with only 1 carry this year. So a slew of injuries to the running backs and all backups, including the fullback Thomas Tapei. Well, Moats is all right. He's back in there now on 3rd down and 22. Feely going deep and trying to get it to Greg Lewis, incomplete. So it'll be 4th down, and the Eagles will punt.
Well, and A.J. Feely, he definitely had a shot there to Greg Lewis. The Atlanta Falcons decided to bring some pressure. Left Lewis one-on-one on the outside. They just failed to connect. And Greg Lewis, I know, is a guy who a couple of years ago this organization was very high on. I'm a little surprised that he hasn't developed more than what he has here over the last couple of years.
Dirk Johnson gets off a poor kick, and the Falcons will let it roll, and it will finally stop at the 43 of Atlanta. Break early here in the second quarter, 10-7, the Eagles.
On our nation's highways, there is a man
who preys on unsuspecting travelers.
You might give me a ride? Yeah, okay.
On January 19th, discover
Oh my God, it's him.
true terror. From the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Just stop, please.
I can't. The Hitcher. Rated R. Starts January.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you.
Is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, always a good call. By WebMD, better information, better health. By the terrifying new thriller, The Hitcher, from the producers of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. In theaters everywhere, January 19th. And by Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
Falcons will start from the 43-yard line as Garcia and Feely converse over on the sideline. And it was just a couple of years ago when the Falcons came here, one game away from a Super Bowl possibility, lost to the Eagles 27-10. Since then, Jim Mora's Falcons have won 15 and lost 16. On first down, Michael Vick getting time and going deep. And nearly intercepted by Considine as that the ball seemed to fly away from Roddy White.
You know, Michael Vick, he has an opportunity maybe to complete this ball, but in order to do that, he's got to keep it to the outside. Instead, he leads White towards the middle of the field, and that's where Sean Considine was there to possibly make the interception. Think back to last week's game against the Dallas Cowboys and the over-the-shoulder catch that Brian Dawkins made, an exceptional reception on the interception. Considine not able to pull off the same catch. 2nd and 10, and here's Jarius Norwood up the middle. So, you know, everybody knows, there's no secret that Jim Mora and his coaching future right now is at stake, and Arthur Blank, the owner, has a decision to make and reportedly will come sooner than later. Well, there's a lot of people that think Arthur Blank has already made his decision, and I think that if you look at the comments that he made this week saying that, or at least reiterating his stance that 8-8 and failing to make the playoffs is unacceptable. Obviously, they're not going to make the playoffs, and the best they can do is an 8-8 record. But most people think he has already made his decision on what the future is of Jim Mora.
3rd and 4, pass to Algie Crumpler. First down inside the 40 for a gain of 12. And of course, what the Falcons have been faced with lately, Troy, has been damage control, and a lot of that because of the comments made by first, Jim Mora Sr. when he suggested that Michael Vick would be a coach killer, or agreed with that view on a radio program before week 12. And then, of course, maybe the most damaging of all was the comments by Jim Mora that he'd be interested in the University of Washington college coaching job. First down for the Falcons on the 39. And the pass, a risky one to Norwood, and he spins his way with a penalty flag down, 2 of them actually back at the 40-yard line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 72, leg whip. 15-yard penalty, first down.
They call that on Wayne Gandy.
Yeah, Wayne Gandy, the left tackle, making his 200th regular season start today. You go down low, and then the leg whip there with the left leg is what was called. It's okay to go low, but then you can't leg whip a guy like what we just saw.
Wayne Gandy, who is an original Los Angeles Ram. Aren't many can stake that claim. As a result of the penalty, it'll be 1st and 25. Falcons back in their own territory at the 46. Give to Norwood, but the Eagles pursue well, and out of bounds he goes. And right now, for a game break, let's again go to Joe Buck. Joe.
All right, Dick, you know a thing or two about a leg whip, or maybe it's an orange whip. On a gimpy ankle, it's Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates, 33 yards. The touchdown, a 10-7 San Diego lead over Arizona, trying to fend off Baltimore. They lead 3-0 over Buffalo. trying to secure home field advantage. Dick, Troy, Pam, it's all yours.
All right, Joe, and they'll be welcoming you back for the playoffs, starting with the wild card beginning next week. Orange Whip, you think he's referring to the Syracuse Orange Whip? Not sure.
With Joe, it's hard to tell.
Second down and long. Vick out of the shotgun, throws the short pass to Warwick Dunn, and Dunn gets to midfield, a gain of 3. So Michael Vick has had, for him, a record-breaking year, first for him, and yet you look at the one-loss record and the inconsistencies, and they loom large for Michael Vick this year.
Well, there's no question that he's been terrific as far as running the football, setting the record. First quarterback to ever go over 1,000 yards. But if you look at this team and the games where they have struggled, they've paralleled the struggles that Michael Vick has had as a passer. And so I really believe that in order for this team to continue to get better and to play more consistently, Michael Vick's got to play more consistently as a passer.
Third down and 20. Vick gets hit in the face. Flag goes down, and now he is dragged down by a hand. Sean Considine gets there, and 2 penalty markers there, and Michael Vick took quite a hit right in the face by Considine.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 37, blow to the quarterback's head. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, here comes Considine at the bottom of the screen, and he goes high, and then he grabs the face mask. You know, there as he was going by Michael Vick, he was in a great position actually to make a tackle, you know, in the chest, a clean tackle, and make the sack. But Michael Vick steps up, and when he did, Considine then grabbed the face mask. That was a pretty easy call.
Looked like they were trying to dismember number 7.
Well, I will tell you that Jim Johnson, you know, as far as this defense getting better, one of the reasons, along with the play of the defensive line, as to why they have gotten better is Jim Johnson has called more blitzes here over the last 4 games during this winning streak as well, and he's continuing to do that with these younger players.
First down at the 43. Here is the bootleg, and Michael Vick gets the first down again, and inside the 30-yard line, a 14-yard gain by Vick.
You get a chance to see how difficult it is. You know, Considine made the tackle previously, you know, out in the open field. He's going to get another opportunity here. Michael Vick puts one move on him, and then Considine slips. And I will tell you that this field, it may not look all that bad to our viewers. It's one of the worst fields right now in the National Football League. It's basically dirt and sand with very little grass.
First down at the 29-yard line, and Vick going deep. He has Jenkins there, and the ball is batted away. Great coverage by Joselio Hansen, number 22. Couldn't have played that any better.
Yeah, this was another ball by Michael Vick that, you know, just gets away from him a little bit because of where the position was to Jenkins. If the ball's to the outside and leads him, it's a chance for a touchdown anyway, but Hansen had inside technique, and the ball was thrown to the inside. Now, Hansen showed you right there why he's a defensive back and not a wide receiver, because he didn't catch that one for the interception.
How would you compare this field to the old Veterans Stadium? That's a tough one.
Well, nothing was worse than Vet Stadium, I can assure you. I've had a few concussions there at that stadium.
Really? Here's Norwood, and riding Norwood was Jerome McDougal.
I don't know if it had so much to do with the surface as much as it had to do with Clyde Simmons and Reggie White, though. Gang Green, as they called him back then.
Maybe a combination of the two.
You know, that's the one thing, and I comment on it often, that, you know, this Eagles defense over the years, whether it's been Jim Johnson or Ray Rhodes or Bud Carson, Buddy Ryan, it's a defense that's always been based on getting pressure on the quarterback, and nobody did that better than Reggie White.
Third down and 8. Falcons on the 27, 3 wide receivers. And there is the fade, and Roddy White has it knocked away by Hansen again, getting a lot of work. A lot of these backup players getting a chance to play, and they want to show Andy Reid that they can play. So Morton Anderson will come in to attempt a field goal.
You know, here Joselio Hansen again on coverage. And Joselio Hansen, you know, he played this spring over in NFL Europe, and then he goes right from that league to training camp in the NFL. He has played a lot of football this season, and you got to believe his body is absolutely worn out.
Morton Anderson with a 45-yard field goal, and the kick is good. So Anderson last week became the all-time leader in made field goals. 2 weeks ago, the all-time leader in scorer. Here's Hansen defending White. He's been busy on that last series. 10-10.
Nice work on these grilled stuffed Fritos, Pete.
Yeah, double beef fiesta salsa, delicious.
Super delicious. And only $1.99.
Only $1.99. This from the guy who claims he dated Carmen Electra.
And dumped Carmen Electra.
A liar.
I miss you. I miss us. Take me back. I love you.
It's true. Taco Bell's big, tasty grilled stuffed burrito with double the beef, 3 cheeses, and grilled to go.
I mean, seriously.
To get unbelievable taste for an unbelievable price, think outside the bun.
You are killing me, Birdwood.
Hey, take the secret shortcut.
I've never heard of the secret shortcut.
Because it's a secret, Ham. Take it.
Not bad, Birdwood.
You ever taken this trail, Birdwood?
Once, including now.
Now would be a good time to have accident forgiveness.
Not too bad.
Or new car replacement. Your choice auto insurance, only from Allstate. Are you in good hands?
The dream is still alive, someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to Falcons.
The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Silverado.
You've been waiting all year.
We are going to see you in Hollywood.
You got it, and I love it, and it was hot tonight.
They've been waiting all their lives.
You came here to win.
Is our next American Idol among us today? The biggest event of the year is back. American Idol, Tuesday, January 16th on Fox.
Tied at 10, and Jim Moore going around and talking to his players, and I don't think any coach wants to have a losing record. And 11-5 in his first year, as we said, getting to the NFC Championship game, losing to the Eagles 8-8 last year. A win today by Atlanta under any circumstances would give them the 500 record. Michael Kanan kicking off to Reno Mahe, who is taken down by Jamin Elliott. Every point counts as Jim Morris celebrates the tying field goal. We'll be right back.
The dream is still
The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Silverado.
Are you like me? I have high blood pressure, and I have high cholesterol. Sometimes problems come in twos, but sometimes help can come in one. Catawit. Catawit contains the leading branded blood pressure medicine, Norvasc, and Lipitor, the leading branded cholesterol medicine, combined in one pill, Catawit. Catawit is one of many treatment options that I discussed with my doctor. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you. Along with diet and exercise, one pill doing 2 jobs for me. My doctor said Catawit is not for everyone. It's not for people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. To check for liver problems, you need simple blood tests. Tell your doctor about any heart problems and all other medications you are taking, or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as they may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. For blood pressure and cholesterol-lowering benefits, it's Catawit. 1 pill, 2 medicines. Makes sense to you? Makes sense to me. 1 pill, 2 medicines. Ask your doctor if Catawit is right for you.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Chevrolet, an American Revolution.
And a look at the skyline of the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Dick Stockton, Troy Aikman, Pam Oliver down on the field. 10-10 the score. And they came out in their painted best for this day, and it's turned out to be a New Year's Eve party celebrating the Eagles' division championship.
I tell you, and even after they found out that the Cowboys lost and that meant then that the Eagles clinched the NFC East, they haven't lost their enthusiasm, here at the Link,
as they call it. Todd Weiner, the right tackle for the Falcons, doubtful as to his return. He's shaken up. Basket goes in motion. Feely on the slant completes to Greg Lewis, and the Eagles get a first down at the 29, a gain of 12. And of course, the wild card playoffs start next week. It's been a wild derby in the NFC, hasn't it, to fill out the 6 teams. And so the playoffs start with the NFC wild card games. And we know the Philadelphia Eagles will be in one of them. And Seattle will host a game as will the Eagles. First down, Ryan Moats attempts to cut upfield, tackled at the 34-yard line, and the Eagles will be playing the Giants. You think Jim Johnson wants to do something about Tiki Barber next week?
Well, I think the Washington Redskins wanted to do something about him last night, and they couldn't do it. I mean, during a game to where Eli Manning was struggling as much as he was throwing the football, and then for Tiki Barber to still have the game that he had running the football, pretty impressive.
2nd and 5, and you know that's what the Eagles wanted to do the last time, was to short-circuit Barber. Pass on the outside to Matt Schobel, and another Philadelphia first down. Out of bounds goes Schobel at the 44. D'Angelo Hall missed the initial tackle, but 10 yards for the Eagles.
I tell you, if Matt Schobel is not careful, he's going to have a career day here tonight. He's already been the recipient of a few passes.
Well, he is the backup to L.J. Smith. And he's been bothered with a sprained toe, so Schobel getting more action in the last couple of games. First down at the 44, and there's Ryan Moats. And he gets tripped up by Ed Hartwell as he crosses the line, and a 3-yard gain. 7:20 to go in the half.
You know, this Eagles offense, you know, a lot has been made with the way that they have been able to run the football, you know, here during this winning streak. And the guy responsible for that is first-year offensive coordinator Marty Morningwig. And, you know, it's hard to pin Andy Reid down as to when exactly Marty took over the play calling, but we do know that he took over and has been calling all of the plays during this winning streak, and they've run the ball more than at any other point during Andy Reid's tenure.
Feely trying to get rid of it. And good pressure there. Keith Brooking as well as John Abraham.
John Abraham, who missed a number of games this year, and it was disappointing that he did because they were counting on some good things from him this season. And last week, he literally had to play with
offense, number 14.
Just threw the flag
down.
Seconds ago after conferring with the umpire. Loss of 13.
Well, and that was the right call. I mean, you've got to get outside the pocket if you're going to be able to just throw this ball away. Obviously, nobody in the vicinity of the throw, which Jim Mora would like to call as well. But John Abraham last week literally was playing with one arm because he had just come off of the surgery. This week it's not nearly as tender, but still has the cast.
Reno Mahe with a burst up the middle. And Mahe getting just about to the original line of scrimmage. DeMario Williams on the tackle. He mentioned Abraham, who has 4 pins in that fractured thumb. And of course, Abraham, who missed 8 games earlier this year with the sports hernia surgery, and Hartwell hurt, has really limited the Atlanta defense, along with the loss of Patrick Kearney.
You know, I think it has limited them, but overall, this defense has still had a decent year, considering the number of injuries that they've had.
No question about it. 16th in total defense. 4th down, Dirk Johnson with his 2nd punt of the game. Allen Rawson, and the Eagles are going to down it inside the 5, closer to the 1. So Allen Rawson, normally a sure-handed, good decision man back there, let it go, nearly hit him.
The celebration is almost over, so get to the Chevy Red Tag event, where the biggest factory-to-dealer incentives of the year mean the best prices of the season. And 07 Chevy vehicles come with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. Combined with roadside assistance and courtesy transportation, it's the best coverage in America. See some red, save some green. Hurry, it all ends January 2nd. See your local Chevy dealer.
When mucus causes chest congestion and coughing, it can be a late night.
Here's mucus. We'll be up all night. And now, a word from Mucinex DM. Mucinex DM!
Mucinex DM breaks up mucus and quiets coughing.
Uh-oh. We're off the air!
And Mucinex DM lasts for 12 hours.
I need a new gig.
Mucinex in, mucus out.
Don't miss the savings Sunday and Monday only at Circuit City. Hurry in for special low prices on TVs, computers, and more. And log on to CircuitCity.com for incredible web-only specials. Sunday and Monday only at Circuit City.
In 2 weeks, an American hero returns. Don't miss the 2-night, 4-hour premiere. Hurting me. Trust me. I'm not. 24, 2 weeks from tonight, only on Fox.
The countdown has begun to the biggest event of the new year. Party on with Fox New Year's Eve Live from Times Square with performances by Daughtry, Tony Braxton, and more. Fox New Year's Eve Live. The party starts at 11 tonight on Fox.
Falcons and Eagles tied at 10 with just under 6 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Quinn Ojanaka replacing the injured Todd Weiner at right tackle as the Falcons will start from the 2. Nearly slipping was Vick. Hands off to Warwick Dunn. Daniels is right there. There was so much hope, Troy, when Jim Mora and Rich McKay were in Atlanta a couple of years ago, and it was a new beginning for this team with Michael Vick, and he brought in some high-profile assistant coaches, going in his first year 11-5 within a game of the Super Bowl. They thought this was going to be the start of a huge run for the Falcons, and it has not happened that way. On 2nd down and 9, the pass caught by Algie Crumpler gets out of trouble, and a first down at the 29.
You know, Algie Crumpler, you know, obviously their leading receiver, you know, for this team. And in watching some film this week, getting ready for this ball game, it became pretty obvious to me when Michael Vick is throwing to Algie Crumpler. It's amazing just how he throws the ball with so much more confidence, the chemistry that these two players have. And that's one of the reasons why Algie Crumpler has been able to catch so many balls, is because Michael Vick knows exactly where he's going to be. He doesn't have that same kind of chemistry with any of the wide receivers.
First down, and on a design rollout, Vick will throw the ball away. Jerome McDougal chasing Vick all over the link, and a flag thrown at a 30. Another penalty. Most of them today have gone against the Eagles.
Pass interference, offense, number 83. That penalty's accepted. Ineligible man downfield, offense number 77. That penalty's declined. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Crumpler gets called for the offensive pass interference. He'll mark 10 off for the Falcons.
You know, you were talking about Jim Mora and, you know, the fresh start that they had when they went to the NFC Championship game, and we've talked about, you know, what exactly is going to happen to Jim Mora after this game. Is he going to be retained? But assuming that he's not back, I mean, and there are changes made, that would then mean that Michael Vick is going to be faced with his third head coach, and he'll be once again having to learn a new offense, and you wonder how much that maybe will set him back a little bit.
Warwick Dunn trying to look for running room outside and taken down by Quentin Michael. And no gain on the play with 4:34 to go. Michael, of course, one of the big heroes, maybe the biggest hero last week against Dallas when he made the big stop on 4th and goal against the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it was a big play in last week's ball game, you know, making the stop, and he got his opportunity to play. And he's, again, you know, he's one of those young players that the Eagles have just done a good job of drafting, and they seem to have a good steady pipeline of young talent.
2nd down and 20. Vick in the pocket. The pocket falters. Vick in trouble. And down he goes. Tries to get rid of the ball at the last minute as he was going down. So a flag is thrown at the goal line and very close to a safety. Let's see what Terry McCauley rules.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 7. Ball will be spotted at the spot of the pass. Loss of down, 3rd down.
Lucky there was no safety.
Well, you're going to see, I mean, under enormous pressure there, Jaquay Thomas comes after him, and he's fortunate that he just got out of the goal line there, and as you said, Dick, did not get the safety, but, you know, he's outside the pocket. But what happened was the ball did not get across the line of scrimmage, and in order for it not to be intentional grounding, that's what has to happen, well outside the tackle box. But because the ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage, that's why they called intentional grounding.
And if he had grounded it in the end zone, it would have been a safety. So it'll be 3rd down and 34. Warwick Dunn. And Dunn, no gain on the play, and the Eagles claiming they have Dunn trapped for a safety. No official signal and none coming. It'll be 4th down. Roderick Bunkley, the rookie from Florida State, Sam Rayburn, coming on to make the play.
Yeah, he got across the goal line, but not by much. I mean, this defensive line, and again, they're substituting a lot of players, not the same guys that they've been playing with, you know, as their starters, obviously, but the results are still the same. This defensive group doing a good job against what is the #1 rushing offense in the National Football League.
Eagles call the timeout. And there is Bunkley, who they have great hopes for in the Eagles defensive line. That is the first timeout called by Philadelphia. 10-10 the score, and the Eagles looking to finish with a 10-6 record. They were last in the NFC East a year ago, and they win the division title this year. 4th down. Michael Kanan will not have much room to get rid of this, as the Eagles were trying to block it. Reno Mahe already at the Atlanta 30-yard line and spun out of bounds at the 28. Well, Monday, January 8th, it's the game college football fans have been waiting for as Chris Leak and the Florida Gators take on Heisman Trophy winner Troy Smith and the Ohio State Buckeyes in the first ever Tostitos BCS National Championship game. Our coverage will begin Monday, January 8th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern and 4:30 p.m. Pacific in high definition only on Fox. That's going to be quite a game, Troy, and that's going to be the finish of a great week of BCS bowl games, all on Fox. Ryan Moats trying to go outside. Grady Jackson, veteran nose tackle.
Boy, I'll say, Grady Jackson, he may have to go take a breather after this play. You know, Grady Jackson, you're going to see him. He's a big body in there, and it seems that each year he continues to get bigger. But he's able to stretch this one out. And I tell you, you got your hands full there. Nick Cole, the one trying to block him. But Grady Jackson, you know, I joke about it, but he's a big body in there, and he's really helped this defensive run defense because of his size.
Feely, and getting turned around was Jason Avant. You would talk about Grady Jackson, and I know you joke about him, respect how well he played. Leads all NFL defensive tackles in tackles for a loss this year. So what he did on that previous play is what he has been doing all season.
Well, and on 3rd downs, passing downs, this is where he goes to, over there to the sidelines, and takes a breather and gets ready for his next opportunity to go try to shut down the run. He says that at the start of every game, he asks the center, who's going to help you today? Because he knows that he's not going to get blocked one-on-one.
Feely, and a great catch made by Greg Lewis. Allen Rossum defending on the play, and Greg Lewis went up and got it. 27 yards, and the Eagles threatened.
It really was a great job here by Greg Lewis. See a little move there off the line, and then gets to the outside. Even though the ball was thrown to the inside, Allen Rossum actually had good position on the play. But Greg Lewis just able to go and get the ball. A nice job on his part. And I spoke a little bit earlier about his development and how much they thought of him a few years ago as a young player. He's still a young player, but he just hasn't been given a lot of opportunities. He's going to get those here tonight.
22 catches on the year. First down and goal. Ryan Moats tackled at the 5 for no gain. And our 2-minute warning as the Eagles setting themselves up to break the tie thanks to Lewis's grab.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Get used to more action. Download hundreds of movies with AT&T Home Zone. TV with the power of the internet. Another innovation from the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Just when you think the moment is right, it may have to wait a while. Relax. You have up to 36 hours with Cialis. Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to work up to 36 hours. 36 hours can be the difference between being interrupted and being ready, when finally the moment is right. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience priapism, an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away. So relax. Time is on your side. 36-hour Cialis. When the moment is right, will you be ready?
FedEx presents the Air and Ground NFL Players of Week 16. The Eagles' Jeff Garcia completed 15 of 23 passes for 238 yards and a touchdown, leading Philadelphia to their 4th straight win. Houston's Ron Dane ran for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns on 32 carries, leading the Texans to their first ever win over Indianapolis. Vote for the FedEx Air and Ground NFL Players of the Week at FedExFootball.com.
1:59 on the clock. 2-minute warning. It'll be second down and goal. Greg Lewis setting the Eagles up with a terrific catch. And Philadelphia coming into this game with a 4-3 record at home. And we know about their 3 impressive division wins on the road, setting this game up. Here is Feely, wide open, but unable to hold on is Thomas Tapeh. He could have walked in.
Boy, he sure could have. There was nobody out there in coverage. You know, to try to keep him from getting into the end zone if he makes the catch clean and is able to turn up. You know, he's generally got pretty good hands, too. See Jeff Garcia reacting. Andy Reid, there's not a lot of expression on his face.
Thomas Tapeh with some fingers that have been taped up, but I don't know if Andy Reid is impressed with that problem he has. So it'll be third down and goal. And Feely's pass caught for the touchdown. And a flag is down. Hank Baskett, Jason Avant. Penalty flag thrown in the end zone, a 5-yard grab.
Holding, defense, number 25. Penalties decline.
So A.J. Feely with his second touchdown pass, number 81 with the grab.
Yeah, Jason Avant getting his opportunity to play as well. They run a high-low there, and the interference call was on Matt Schobel by Chris Crocker. But Jason Avant running a good route underneath, and then Feely putting the ball on him.
First touchdown catch for Avant in his career. 4th-round draft pick out of the University of Michigan. David Akers' extra point is good. And a 17-10 lead. And that brings us to next week's wild card game right here on Fox Sunday. Pre-game show begins at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. The 3rd meeting of the year between these NFC East rivals, the Giants and the Eagles. The Giants winning in week 2 here with an amazing comeback. 30-24 in overtime. And then just a couple of weeks ago, the Eagles winning at the Giants 36-22. And of course, you witnessed both of those games.
Well, yeah, and even the latest game that they played a couple of weeks ago, even that was a tighter game than what the score would suggest. And as you said, the Giants coming back and having that big win in overtime, you know, here in Philadelphia, you know, obviously it was a big win for them at that time. I think anytime you get into a game like this, a divisional matchup in a playoff game, you know, it's both these teams know each other very, very well. And the Giants, of course, with their win, you know, you just wonder how they're going to be able to come back, you know, off of that win and what kind of frame of mind they're in, you know, having lost 6 of their last 8 ball games. But there's no question that they're going to be playing a team here in Philadelphia that has really been rolling.
Well, we know that's going to be an intense game, and sometimes in the Giants' case, they're hoping they finally got the win they needed, whether that can be a spark for them going into the playoffs. Akers kicking, and it's retrieved by Adam Jennings, the wide receiver and a rookie, and he is tackled at the 19-yard line. Well, coming up on the Visa halftime report, Joe and the boys will have scores and highlights. Terry, Howie, and Jimmy will join Joe Buck. Highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up-to-the-second stats. It's all next on the Visa halftime report. Of course, in week 16, go over the playoff situation. Everything solidified right now in the NFC. Eagles have outgained the Falcons by 70 yards. First down at the 19 from Michael Vick. And this pass caught shy of the first down by Algie Crumpler. And a 9-yard pickup.
I tell you, it was a great throw there by Michael Vick, and even better catch by Algie Crumpler. You see him extending his fingertips out there, just barely able to pull this in. But you got to have strong fingers to make that catch.
And Vick now completes the pass. First down to Dwayne Blakely, the third tight end on the team, and another 9-yard gain. And the clock stopping with 1:16 to go as the Falcons call their first timeout. So Michael Vick right now has completed 8 of 13 for 81 yards and has a touchdown pass to Warrick Dunn, and he has run twice. The other wild card game, the Dallas Cowboys will go against the Seattle Seahawks. Tony Romo, who has been a little shaky lately, 6-4, however, as a starter. And you can see how much the Cowboys have been outscored in the last 2 games. And that's not an easy going against a Seattle team, defending NFC champions, with the 12th man in Seattle and Matt Hasselbeck and Sean Alexander.
Well, and both teams going into that game not playing very good football. The Cowboys, who some thought was the best team in the NFC about 4 weeks ago, have not played well at all the last month of the season. Of course, Seattle has struggled as well.
First down at the 37. Inside handoff, or Vick carries himself and gets nothing on the play.
Well, that's a part of this offense that I don't really quite understand. When you're talking about a 2-minute situation, no huddle, and you're running the fake draws and putting Michael Vick on the run, that was not going to be a pass.
Slant attempt to Roddy White is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Quentin Michael, who has really assumed the special teams leadership for this Eagle team since Ike Reese, now playing some defensive downs.
He's had a good game already here tonight, getting involved in a lot of the action in the backfield there with Michael Vick, and you know, also in run defense, but you know, just a good young player for this club.
Third down and 10. Under a minute to go in the half. Vick is sacked by Jaquay Thomas. That is the first sack of the game for the Eagles. Vick loses 10, and they'll have to punt.
Well, Jaquay Thomas, he's going to come off the edge here, 75. You know, if Michael Vick were able to step up a little bit, he might have been able to avoid it, but there was pressure in the middle as well. But the biggest problem is there's just not much separation here. When you see Roddy White and Algie Crumpler running together in the same area of the field, something's wrong with the design of that pass route. Then here on the other side, you got Roddy White. But you see that a lot as we go back and you see the two coming in the same vicinity of each other. And there's just not much separation within a passing game. And when you don't have that, it's very, very difficult then to create space and get people open.
So Jim Johnson's defense getting it done, and the Eagles call their second timeout, left with one. Here's Greg Knapp and Michael Vick. Knapp, the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. Fourth down, Michael Kanan, as the Eagles storm in, and the ball bounding out of bounds. Hank Baskett very nearly blocking that punt.
Yeah, it looked like he had a clean shot at it, actually. I was surprised that he couldn't get there and actually make the block.
A.J. Feely, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. Matt Schobel and Jason Avant, Ryan Moats in there. Carell Buckhalter started the game after Westbrook went out, when it was known that the Eagles did not need to win this game, and then shaken up. So Moats was in now. Now Reno Mahe seeing action as well. Feely giving ground, and on the screen pass, the pass incomplete. Mahe defended by Demario Williams, and a flag is down.
Holding defense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Darryl Shropshire, and that will give the Eagles a first down with 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's the second time they've called Shropshire. Say that name 3 times fast.
Twice.
It's the second time he's been called for defensive holding.
3.
You see Greg Knapp. You see Greg Knapp there going over the plays. Those images are shot down right after the series, and so you're able to go over them and find out exactly, what a defense is doing and make the necessary adjustments.
Feely getting the rush, 3rd and 8, and off the hands of Greg Lewis. It'll be 2nd and 10, first down after the penalty, with 30 seconds remaining. A.J. Feely, 8 of 14, 2 touchdown passes.
I think when Andy made the decision that he was going to rest some players because this game became meaningless, you wonder if maybe that might take away from some of the momentum that this team had as they go into the playoffs. I personally do not think that it will. And you want to rest your guys. That's very, very important, but it'll certainly be talked about next week.
Pass thrown to Greg Lewis, short of the first down by 1.5 yards, thanks to Allen Rossum.
Fox Thursday, an all-new Till Death celebrates a gala event that turns to guests gone wild.
That woman violated me out there on that dance floor.
Then, on an all-new War at Home, one of these guys is coming out of the closet.
It ain't me.
Whatever, Dave.
It's not me.
Plus, on an all-new OC, it's the engagement of the year.
The ring you gave her glows in the dark. I know. It's so cool.
And the artist of the year, recording sensation Chris Brown, is coming to the OC. It all starts at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
What makes you unique?
I have a unique vocal range. Every night in my dreams, I feel you.
All right.
It's the feeling now.
You just murdered 3 songs in a row. 4.
I can't sing, and I'm proving that to you right now.
It's an absolute never.
They need to be fired because they don't know what they're talking about.
Idol's back and badder than ever. Tuesday, January 16th on Fox.
See all the wonderful toys at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event with a special lease offer on the 7-passenger GL450, the 2007 Motor Trend Sport Utility of the Year, now through January 2nd. There's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
Fox 29 News, working, building, growing, giving you more local first news. Introducing Fox 29 News at 5, a new newscast designed to make a real difference in your life. I'm Carrie Lee Halkett. I'll have your local news and more. We're asking real questions, seeking real solutions, working to make a real difference in your life. It's a newscast designed just for you. Fox 29 News at 5 p.m. starts January 22nd.
Welcome. This is a Fox 29 News halftime update. I'm Joyce Evans.
And I'm John Atwater. Of course, we'll get back to the game in just a minute. A little less pressure on the Eagles today. Of course, the Dallas loss makes the Birds the NFC East champs.
Sure does. Out with the old and in with the new in just a few hours. 2006 will be a memory.
And everyone wants to know how Mother Nature is planning to ring in the new year. David Aldrich, I know you're going to get a little wet.
Yes, we are going to get wet, John. We're talking about temperatures now in the mid-40s, could easily rise to the mid-50s by daybreak. Let's take a look at the ultimate Doppler radar. The rain beginning to show up around West Virginia, western Pennsylvania, marching this way. We do see that warm front, which means temperatures will be going up tonight, not down. We'll talk about how much rain falls and how long it lasts coming up tonight at 10. But for now, that's your local first forecast.
All right, David, and if you're still looking for a festive way to ring in the new year, head to Center City. Final preps are underway for the spectacular New Year's Eve fireworks display at Penn's Landing. The production is set to go off exactly at midnight. You can also skate in the new year at the Blue Cross River Rink.
Of course, a good idea to bring your umbrella.
That's right.
And that's it for this Fox 29 News halftime update.
Tonight at 10, meet the Eagles Fan of the Year.
Now we're going back to the game. We'll see you at 10. Continues after this.
Auburn, Nebraska, the AT&T Cotton Bowl.
My name is Clayton. I'm coming home to join Good Day Philadelphia. So check out my website to learn more.
Remember when everything you wanted, you got? Remember when wishes came true? Remember how it feels all over again. Introducing the BMW Holiday Wish Event. The best time of year to buy the 30-mile-per-gallon 2007 525i. Lease of 2007 BMW 525i for $399 a month until January 2nd, and we'll make a contribution to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
See the exciting new Chryslers before the year ends at the Chrysler Premier event. See the debut of our first SUV, the new Chrysler Aspen, and the all-new Sebring sedan. They join the new, more powerful Pacifica, the Town & Country with stow-and-go seating, and the award-winning Chrysler 300 with available all-wheel drive.
Before the year's over, get $1,000 cash allowance on Chrysler 300C or grab great deals on our remaining 2006 models.
See 300 and the rest of our new lineup before the year is over.
It's time to celebrate with an 07 Chevy backed by the GM 100,000-mile warranty.
Qualified lessees can lease an 07 Chevy Cobalt LS sedan for around $169 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details.
For an even better deal, get to the final days of the Chevy Red Tag event, where the biggest factory-to-dealer incentives of the year mean the best prices of the season. Hurry, it all ends January 2nd.
Find out more. Visit your local Chevy dealer or go to ChevyShowcase.com.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for, like a new Camry, which was voted the 2007 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Lease a new 2007 Camry now for just $229 a month, or lease a new sporty 2007 RAV4 for just $269 a month. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you try your best.
Easter Bunny doing the bunny hop.
Are you for real?
You should see my abs. I left them in the car.
Spaceships. So you see this guy, he's just like running like crazy. He goes into his end zone type thing. I'm sorry.
Could somebody please help me out here?
Help us decide the best NFL Super Bowl commercial ever.
Seriously, folks.
Vote now at NFL.com/SuperAd.
James Brown, who passed away this week. Fantasy update on the start of the third quarter, and it's going to be recovered by Adam Jennings of the Falcons. Let's check in with Pam Oliver.
Hey, Dick, it may be a quote-unquote meaningless game, but Andy Reid isn't coaching that way. He wants to see even more points put up on the scoreboard at the half, especially if Michael Vick stays in the game. Meantime, Jim Mora said the message that he had for his team at halftime was, let's keep fighting for each other, let's have fun with each other, and let's do the best we can for the next 30 minutes. Back to you.
All right, and Andy Reid upset, almost had the challenge flag ready to throw it on onside kick attempt. By the way, you saw the fantasy leaders for the latest in fantasy stats. Log on to foxsports.com. First down for the Falcons on their 48-yard line. Michael Vick, the quarterback, trying to get away, and he can't, from Jaquay Thomas, his second sack of the game, and they're going to blow the play dead right there, even though the Eagles had picked it up and started to go with it. A loss of 10.
Well, this was going to be Trent Cole playing that side, but again, Jaquay Thomas out there now doing a good job not allowing Michael Vick to get to the outside and makes the tackle. The question is, was he down before the ball came out? The right knee, it appeared, was on the ground prior to the ball coming out of Michael Vick's hand.
And Michael Vick is shaken up near the far sideline on the result of this play.
You can see Jaquay Thomas falling on the back of that right knee as they were going to the ground.
So we're going to have a timeout just 9 seconds into this third quarter, and the quarterback is hurt.
Oh, honey, I told the neighbors we'd feed their pets while they're away.
Oh, okay, sweetie. Oh, no. Ooh.
Want to get away? Now you can. Go to Southwest.com for Southwest Airlines $49 to $159 internet specials to 63 destinations nationwide. Purchased by January 22nd.
You are now free to move about the country.
Let's go.
Best-in-class payload outside and a ton of comfort inside.
What are you doing? You trashing my truck.
You serious?
Sorry. Ford F-150. Treat it right.
Hey guys, remember me? Pella double hung windows.
Hey!
Great work.
Hey, thanks. Hey! Hey, how are you guys? Good.
Thanks, window guy.
Oh, thank you.
At Lowe's, our professional installers do the kind of job you'll appreciate long after they leave your home.
Thank you. My wife loves the storm doors.
Over 40 categories and growing. Lowe's, let's build something together.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. By Lowe's, for all your home improvement needs. Lowe's, let's build something together. By the KFC Buffalo Snacker, your dollar goes further at KFC. And by Ford F-Series, built for bold moves, built Ford tough.
Michael Vick was hurt his ankle, taken off the field, and now Matt Schaub has come in to play quarterback for the Falcons. Has not played much this year. Second down and 21 for Schaub, and the receiver fell down. That was Dwayne Blakely, and it'll be 3rd and 21. Here's how it happened.
Yeah, again, Jaquay Thomas, as he's making the tackle, just slides down and he lands right there on the bottom of Michael Vick's ankle and on the back of his knee, and I'm not sure if it's the knee or the ankle that is the problem, but obvious.
Michael Kanan with the punt. Reno Mahe watches it go out of bounds. Still in the first minute of this third quarter, Michael Vick injuring his ankle. Eagles in front by a score of 17-10.
The 99-cent Buffalo Snacker only from KFC. Where else can you find 100% breast meat smothered in authentic buffalo sauce for just 99 cents? That's right, just like the original KFC Snacker, it's still just 99 cents. Your dollar goes further.
Introducing Edge, the all-new crossover from Ford.
The edge is never dull.
Rocky Balboa has audiences and critics across America cheering. It's a knockout. Newsweek raves it's inspiring. 2 thumbs up. I love this movie. It's the surprise of the season. Rocky Balboa. Rated PG. Now playing.
UPS, covering more of Europe before noon than anyone. UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
Get autographed NFL stuff and give back. Bid for a cause. NFLauction.nfl.com.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Michael Vick walking off on his own power, and a good idea not to risk any more injury at this point in this game with the Falcons eliminated last night. A.J. Feely on first down completes the pass to Jason Avant. Avant with his first NFL touchdown catch gets it up to midfield as we check in with Pam.
Yeah, Dick, to give you a further update on Michael Vick's injury, the trainers worked on that right ankle for a while. They removed a brace-like device that was already on that ankle. They're calling it a sprain. He is going in for x-rays as a precaution.
All right, thank you, Pam. And of course, Michael Vick, a real serious injury, missed 11 games in the 2003 season when the Dallas Thomas of the Ravens suffered a broken right fibula. First and 10. Feely swings it out to Reno Mahe. Fumbles. And a scramble. Ed Hartwell forcing the fumble on the play.
Well, it's now a scrum to try to determine who's got the football. Looked like Mahe might have been able to get back on the ball after he fumbled. But when you're at the bottom of the pile, I mean, anything can happen. It's just whoever emerges with the ball in their hand.
Falcons are going to get it.
Yeah, D'Angelo Hall's the guy who came out of the pile with it. You know, as you're going to see Mahe, looked like he might have gotten a hand. Yeah, sure did, right there on the ball.
Hardwell got a hand on it, and D'Angelo Hall, and with this turf that you talked about, you can actually dig down deep to get that ball.
Well, when you got a ball like this and everybody then is jumping on the pile trying to come up with it, you got Mahe with one arm. You know that he's not going to be able to maintain control, but there's D'Angelo Hall. And then when he comes out with it, obviously you can't give it to anybody but the Atlanta Falcons. You even got Jim Mora down in there trying to figure it out as well.
He might have recovered it. That's the first turnover of the game and a first down at the 48. Matt Schaub with plenty of time, and this pass caught by Roddy White. Great grab on a low pass, and Roddy White goes the other way and runs out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Roderick Hood chased him, a 28-yard gain on a well-executed play by the Falcons offense.
You know, Roddy White, who they've expected a lot of big things from, he's playing today because Ashley Lally is injured. You know, he's able to go down here and make the catch, and nobody then touches him. And he wisely gets up and gets some more yardage out of the play.
Falcons have a first down on the Eagles' 25. Roddy White going in motion. Warwick Dunn getting the call. And not much there. Picks up a couple of yards on the play. But it's interesting, you talk about Matt Schaub and how well he has done and has won some big games as a backup quarterback when Vick has been hurt in recent years.
Well, and he's a guy that everybody in this organization really likes, from Rich McKay on down throughout the coaching staff. And you know, they believe that he's going to have a really bright future, you know, in this league. Unfortunately, it's not going to be for the Atlanta Falcons. He becomes a restricted free agent this offseason, and they're going to be pretty much forced to trade him unless they name him as the starter, which won't happen.
And Warwick Dunn with another minimal gain. Matt McCoy making the tackle, and you know, it's a tough dilemma that they have because Matt Schaub really has gotten the desires of a lot of other teams around the league.
Well, he has, and a lot of people have have shown an interest in trying to trade for him. They were offered some various proposals this previous offseason for him. The Falcons know he's a very valuable commodity, but if they don't trade him this year, he's obviously not going to sign an extended contract knowing that he can go somewhere and be the starter. And if he plays out next year, then the Falcons wouldn't get any compensation when he left.
Highly regarded backup in demand. Here's Schaub, and the pass should have been intercepted by Sean Considine. It was right in his hands. So right now, not a great audition for Matt Schaub. Try to get the ball to Roddy White.
Well, and Matt Schaub knew that he made a mistake on that one, because you got to know where the safeties are, and he did not have an idea as to where Considine was. He knew he had an opportunity on the outside as far as the position of the corner and the receiver with the inside technique, Roddy White, but Considine was the guy who, again, could have had another interception.
So Morton Anderson, who connected from 45 yards out in the first half, this will be from 40, and the kick is blocked. No, it's a fake. Schaub will pass, and it's caught by Eric Beverly. Eric Beverly makes the grab.
Well, it was hard to tell whether or not it was the snap or the hold. Initially, it looked to me like the snap was fine. It's Schaub's just unable to get the ball down cleanly, and then he picks up. Definitely not a fake. Anderson was expecting that he would be making the kick.
And they give up the ball on downs.
Michael, lass mal runter ein bisschen. Weiter links. Gut.
So you couldn't find a car you like here in Germany?
No. I couldn't find a speed limit I liked in America.
Why do we love football? Because it gives us the opportunity to show what we can do. Introducing the Canon Digital Rebel XTI. With 10 megapixels and over 70 years of Canon innovation built right in. The Canon Rebel, America's favorite way to shoot America's favorite sport.
The Visa check card. Because money shouldn't slow you down. Life takes faster money. Life takes Visa.
He's the doctor you'd never want treating you.
I told you never to call me when I'm on trial.
Unless your life depends on it.
He's a guy whose brain is trying to kill his heart.
Hugh Laurie is turning in one of the great star performances of our time.
Excuse me. I have to go to jail.
House returns with all new episodes Tuesday, January 9th on Fox.
Here's Boone Stutz. Normally doesn't get a lot of publicity, and on the right. And Matt Schaub, and kind of a Katzenjammer Kids field goal attempt. The Eagles take over as the Falcons did not get the first down. The pass to Hank Baskett reaches over for the first down. A lot of things went goofy on this play.
Yeah, well, you watch the snap. I mean, it's a little bit on the back shoulder, but still not a bad snap, and one that Schaub would normally get down, but he didn't feel like he got it down cleanly at the last minute. He pulls it up. And Morton Anderson, that's like Charlie Brown when old Lucy used to raise it. You know, for a 24-year veteran, Morton Anderson, he feels anyway that he deserves a little better treatment than that.
He did well just to keep his balance out there. First down, Feely, and wide open Thomas Tapeh. Tapeh, the fullback, gets hit as he goes out of bounds, but another first down near midfield, picking up 15 yards. Well, the playoffs start next week. NFC playoffs on Fox, beginning with the wild card game. This is the way they finished for the playoff seeds. The Bears and the Saints will get byes. Chicago home field throughout. New Orleans home field in the divisional playoff.
Well, I mean, you look at that and what Philadelphia is going to have to do. Of course, they get the home game, but to have to win 3 games, you know, to get into the Super Bowl, I mean, that's a monumental task, especially how many they've had to win to get to this point. But you look at that list of teams that are in it, and I mean, they're playing better than any of them that are on there.
Feely's pass, and it's dropped by Basket. And the Dallas Cowboys aren't going in with a bang for sure, losing to the Eagles at home, the Lions today at home, and now having to go to Seattle against Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander. They won today against Tampa Bay, so at least their head is right going into the first game of the playoffs, the defending conference champs.
I mean, you look at Dallas and the opportunities that they had over the last month of the season to really control their own fate. They played New Orleans, and if they had won that game, they could have gotten a first-round bye. They played the Eagles last Monday night, failed to win that game to potentially win the division.
Feely's pass over the middle, bounding away at Jason Avant. And Avant getting inside the 40 for a first down. Remember the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, we have a flag down, by the way, were 7-5 and ended up as the number 6 seed and went on to win the Super Bowl. So the way the NFL is these days, you got to count all the seeds as having opportunities, Troy.
Well, and I think that as far as this Philadelphia team and what we're going to see here on the penalty.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It looked like it was on Boley right there at the end on the tackle on Avant is who was called. You know, he didn't grab the face mask. If you grab the helmet, though, and turn the head, they're going to call it. Even though the head didn't turn. Questionable call there. But I think if you look at Philadelphia and what they've been able to do, obviously Jeff Garcia has played exceptionally well. But I think in terms of what's going to happen to them when they get into the playoffs, if this defense for the Eagles can continue to play as well as they have and then even get better and play at the level that we're used to seeing them play in previous years, I don't think there's any question this Eagles team's got a real shot at it.
You know, Troy, talking to Andy Reid the other day, he said when your defense plays well, you can do whatever you want on offense. That has been his mantra here with the way the team has played. First down at the 38 of Atlanta. Feely again up the middle, and Jason Avant makes the catch. In case you're wondering, they picked up the flag on that last play. There's Marty Morenweg, who of course has played a key role in the Eagles offensive surge with the running game.
Well, there's no doubt about that, and he's continuing with it here today. I like the fact that A.J. Feely is out here now playing, and they really haven't changed what they're trying to do. It would have been real easy just to come out here and not give him an opportunity to try to make some plays within the passing game. But, you know, as Andy Reid told Pam Oliver coming out at half, they want to see execution.
Basket. And it takes a little bit to wrestle him down, and they do. Jimmy Williams wrestles him down after a gain of 11. And Andy Reid saying, and a lot of great respect for Marty Morenweg, he says he's been with me in every step of the way. He was a graduate assistant at UTEP, coached with him at Missouri, and of course at the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, and I think it's because of those relationships and those stops with each other that is the reason why Andy Reid has allowed him to call plays. I mean, think about it. Brad Childress was here for a number of years, and a guy who Andy Reid had great respect for, yet he never turned the play calling responsibilities over to Brad Childress, and yet he's done that with Marty Morenweg in his first season as offensive coordinator.
First down from the 24 to Pay, and to Pay down at the 20, and we check in with Joe Buck for a game break.
How about this, Dick? Stockton, Denver needs to win to get into the playoffs. The only spot up for grabs. Jay Cutler got his bell rung in the first half, came back, 6.5 left in the third quarter. Walt Harris, his 7th interception of the season, 28 yards for the touchdown, 17-13 San Francisco. Back to Dick, Troy, and Payne.
You know, it's amazing. Every time you go into one of these games and you say, well, if this team's a playoff team, then this is a game they should win. It seems to never work out that way, at least this season, and it's not working out that way right now in Denver.
2nd and 7, the pass intended for Schobel, and pass interference called Chris Crocker. Making contact beyond the 5-yard limit.
Pass interference, defense, number 25. Automatic, first down.
Well, we'll get a look at it here and see what happens. Crocker's got his left hand, on Schobel's shoulder pad there. Obviously that was beyond the 5 yards, so I don't know that you can necessarily question the call. You think back to last night's game, I don't know how many people got a chance to watch that Giants-Redskins game, but I'll tell you, those officials really let them play last week. It was a very physical ball game and a lot of contact down the field. They're calling it pretty close here today.
False start.
False start. Offense. Number 73. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Sean Andrews, who has been the right guard, playing right tackle in this revamped offensive line. You talked about the Denver story as we saw Joe Buck's game break. If Denver wins, they'll be the 5th seed, the Jets number 6. But if Denver, the Broncos lose, the Jets become the number 5 seed in the AFC, and Kansas City gets in as the number 6. First and goal for the Eagles on the 11. Pressure on Feely, and the Falcons sending 2 rushers in on Feely. Had to get rid of it in a hurry.
Yeah, good job by A.J. Feely just getting that one out. A lot of times when you call a screen pass, which is what that was, is you see the offensive lineman running out there to the right side. I know when I played, you'd call a screen pass in the offensive line. They just thought that meant just let them go completely. I mean, you're supposed to at least slow them down for a couple of seconds.
Send the message down to those guys, Jonathan Babineau and Jimmy Williams. So there's Feely, but had to hurry a little bit, not been sacked. This is the 9th play of the drive. Second and goal. Catch made by Reno Mahe, and he is stopped at the 10, so he gets a yard out of it. Marty Morenweg, who was the head coach of the Detroit Lions.
And I tell you what, it was obviously a tough experience for him, those couple of years there in Detroit as the head coach. But he is extremely well respected as an offensive coach, not only here in Philadelphia, but also when he was in San Francisco, as the offensive coordinator there. He's a good football coach. And I know a lot of people take your shots when it doesn't work out for you as a head coach, but he's very well respected within the profession.
And giving deserved credit here. Pass caught by Greg Lewis, but a good tackle there by Allen Rossum, limiting Lewis to a gain of 5. So it'll be 4th down and goal, and the ball at the 5 as Akers comes on.
Pretty good play there by Allen Rossum, and a guy who's been primarily a special teams player coming into this season has had an opportunity to play a little bit more corner because of the injuries to Kevin Mathis and Jason Webster. And he's played pretty well.
Akers made one from 41. This will be a 23-yard attempt. And it hits the goalpost and falls into the end zone. No good. So Akers, a rare miss. Let's see the snap, and we'll roll that play. More the hold than the snap, it appears. The ball hit the upright, the thud. Score remains 17-10, the Eagles.
I like to live on the edge. I like the view from above. I want to do what I want, and what I want is to see it for miles and miles and miles on end. I like to live on the edge.
Introducing Edge, the all-new crossover from Ford. The Edge is never dull.
Disciplined investing. It isn't about star fund managers. At T. Rowe Price, it's about experienced investment teams that stay the course. For each 1, 5, and 10-year period, 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Introducing Envy from Verizon Wireless. A phone, camera, multimedia center with full keyboard for instant messaging. Exclusively from Verizon Wireless.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. Watch John Madden break down the games exclusively on VCast, only from Verizon Wireless.
First down at the 20 for Matt Schaub and the Atlanta Falcons. Nowhere to go, and they finally go to Jarius Norwood, the running back, who goes upfield and is tackled at the 28-yard line after an 8-yard pickup. So David Akers, a rare miss, first career miss under 30 yards in 52 attempts, trying to get those bad kicks out of the way before the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that graphic tells it all. I mean, this guy is Mr. Dependable from this range. You could see where they never got the ball turned. He wound up kicking the laces, which is a hold or something you never want to do. But because he bobbled the snap, he really had no choice.
Affected his timing as well, obviously. Norwood will get the first down for the Falcons with under 5.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Dick Stockton, Troy Aikman, Pam Oliver. The Eagles took the field and moments later found out that the Detroit Lions had defeated the Dallas Cowboys, thus giving the Eagles the NFC East title. Unbelievable when you consider they were 5-6 at one point, having lost one of the marquee players in the league, Donovan McNabb. Jeff Garcia came in. Other reasons, as well as Garcia, a factor. 4 wins later, their division champs. Jarius Norwood finds an opening. And a good-looking running back who has averaged over 6 yards per carry coming in.
You know, and I know our Jimmy Johnson, back in the pregame show earlier today, talked about Andy Reid and how he should be a Coach of the Year candidate. And I agree with that. I mean, there's no question that Eric Mangini and Sean Payton, Jeff Fisher have done great jobs. But Andy Reid, I mean, those within the organization, they feel like this has been the best job of coaching that Andy Reid has done in the 8 seasons that he has been here. You know what? I'd have to agree with that. You mentioned the injuries that he's been able to overcome, and he's done a great job.
Matt Schaub, and the catch seemingly made, and it is by Norwood. 17-yard play, tiptoeing down the sideline with Dhani Jones defending.
Well, that gives you an idea of the skill level of Matt Schaub and the balls that he's capable of throwing. I mean, he had to lay that one right over the defender and into the hands of Jarius Norwood, and just an excellent job. This is not an easy throw to make. They're over Dhani Jones. You can tell there's not much room there to fit that ball in, and yet he was able to do it.
Third-round pick out of the University of Virginia in the third round, native of Pittsburgh, PA. What else? Another Pittsburgh-born quarterback in the league. Schaub quickly to Jenkins, and Considine is right there to hit him hard after a pickup of 4. Well, later tonight, ring in the new year Fox style with the Fox New Year's Eve special live from Times Square with special performances by Daughtry and Tony Braxton. That's later tonight at 11 p.m. right here, only on Fox.
What are you doing for New Year's Eve, Dick?
Flying home. And you are too, but you may get there a little ahead. Here is the handoff to Warwick Dunn. And I want to wish you and our crew, good to be with you guys the last couple of weeks, a happy and healthy new year and a good playoff ahead.
Yeah, that goes for everybody on this end as well. We spent the last couple of years here, New Year's in Philadelphia. He's celebrating a little early.
You know, as time goes on, they like you more and more in this town, you know.
Do they really?
Notice that? I think so.
I do like Philadelphia.
I
tell you, and I think Jimmy knew that he would not have to be coming back here to the city.
3rd and 1. And here is Fred McCrary with his first appearance of the game, catches the pass for the first down to the 35.
You know, one of the guys that this Atlanta team has really missed is that guy there, Brian Finneran. He was the leading wide receiver, not the leading receiver. That went to Algie Crumpler, but he was the leading wide receiver for this team last year. You know, a big target and a guy that Michael Vick just had great confidence in, and he came up with the big play over and over. And I don't think it could be overstated, you how significant that loss was in training camp when he went down for the year.
Especially when you consider the inexperience with the other wide receivers. Roddy White, though, he's promising, makes the catch for the first down. And, of course, Ashley Lilly, the former Denver Bronco, out for this game with a separated shoulder.
Yeah, and you're starting to see Matt Schaub get into a real comfort zone throwing the football. He's starting to deliver the football on target and on time. I had a chance to watch him during warm-ups today, and a very impressive guy. I've always believed when you watch a quarterback, there should be something about him, if he's going to be a franchise quarterback, that really impresses you when you watch him throw, just one-on-one with a receiver. And he has that. Then it's just a matter of, okay, well, can he take it to the game on Sundays? And I believe that he'll be able to do that as well.
Here's a fake. Trying to get away. And the pass thrown away. So that was an alert play. Good decision-making as Jerome McDougal all of a sudden in the face of Matt Schaub.
And you just kind of wonder if you were really evaluating this franchise honestly, does Matt Schaub give this organization the best chance to be successful? And I don't know what the answer is to that, but I do know that when you look at Greg Knapp and his background as a West Coast coach in a West Coast system, Matt Schaub is certainly more designed to execute that type of offense. But with the contract that Michael Vick has and the investment they have in him, we'll never know.
Warwick Dunn on 2nd and 10 with under a minute. That is the major dilemma that the Falcons face, because right in their own house, they have a coach that knows how to run that kind of offense that they want to run here, and a quarterback that probably can deliver it. But then you have Michael Vick.
Well, and I think that Greg Knapp and this staff really, and rightfully so, has done everything they can to put Michael Vick in the best possible situation to have success.
3rd and 1, the quarterback sneak by Schaub, and he'll have the first down. And that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. And there is the Atlanta Falcons brain trust, Rich McKay with the jacket off, and Arthur Blank with the jacket on, looking natty as usual. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Eagles 17 and the Falcons 10.
You are watching the NFL on Fox.
A real difference. Fox 29 News at 5 o'clock.
Everybody, let's get it started.
Ford's year because it all ends January 2nd.
Let's get it started.
Now lease an Escape for $249 a month or get $3,000 cash back during Ford's year-end event countdown.
Family against break-ins. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME to get your free home security system.
Shield your home, the Sloman Shield. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
I hate to go and leave this pretty sight.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, adieu.
Adieu, adieu to you and you and you.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye to the 2006 models with up to $3,000 cash back or visit Kia.com.
Well, not only did Elvis leave the building, but you could say the same for Michael Vick, who got hurt in the first series after a successful onside kick in the 3rd quarter. Had an ankle injury, and so Matt Schaub came in, and we've been talking about Matt Schaub, and the Falcons would hate to see a quarterback of that promise get away, but this is a franchise, of course, that once traded Brett Favre.
Well, and again, I mean, Matt Schaub, until
Play clock has malfunctioned.
Until he goes out and proves it and leads his own team, it's all just merely speculation. But I do know that within this organization, there's a tremendous amount of respect for Matt Schaub and his abilities. And I also know around the league, there's a lot of people out there that have a great appreciation for Matt Schaub's abilities. And he's going to get an opportunity to lead a football team and it's probably going to be next season, and we'll see what type of player that he is. I know he's looking forward to that opportunity. But it's a situation here where there's an investment in Michael Vick, and he's the quarterback of this football team, and rightfully so. And he's going to be the guy that leads the Atlanta Falcons.
Play clock malfunction, fixed up, and the handoff to Warwick Dunn on first down. Gets to the 9-yard line, and for a game break, let's go out to Joe once more.
Dick, go catch Elvis. That's your ride to the airport. The Ravens trying to solidify their number 2 seed in the AFC playoff picture. Chris McAllister to the house, 31 yards, 5th career interception, return for a touchdown. 16-7, Ravens on top at home over Buffalo. Back to Dick, Troy, and Penn.
Well, an interesting driver outfit then if Elvis is going to be driving us.
You don't think he'd leave you, do you, Dick?
I hope not. Here's the AFC playoff picture. 2nd down and 6. Here is Warwick Dunn. Hunting and pecking for running room, and it breaks down. No gain on the play. We're in the opening minute of this final quarter. Of course, the Eagles' major domo is Jeff Lurie. And you talk about stability, that has marked this franchise for several years.
That's right. I mean, it's easy to point to Andy Reid and talk about the stability that he provides this football team, but it all starts with Jeff Lurie. I mean, he's unwavering in his support of his coaching staff, and the players know that, and it's just a solid organization. Not surprising why they've had the success they've had.
3rd and 6. Schaub's pass caught for the touchdown by Algie Crumpler. And the Falcons are with an extra point of tying this game up. 9-yard strike.
You know, for a big guy, Algie Crumpler, he really does run good routes. He's working against Sheldon Brown. He starts to the inside and then spins out of that little pivot move. And then Schaub, knowing that that's what he's going to do, puts it on him as soon as he comes out of his break in a well-positioned throw.
8th touchdown catch of the year for Crumpler, who's going to his 4th straight Pro Bowl. And Morton Anderson's extra point is good. And the Falcons have tied this game with the Eagles at 17 early here in the 4th quarter.
I'm going to need to go to that 4 o'clock meeting, I think. I should probably...
No, I'm sending it to you right now.
And change my...
Okay, do you want to talk to Brian?
That'd be great.
Are you
going to go ahead and fax me that?
And I'm about to email you the budget for next season.
You're going to find it in the...
Mr. Clavo! Mr. Clavo!
With over 1,500 worldwide locations, even on the road, you're never far from a FedEx Kinko's. Let a FedEx Kinko's specialist handle all your packing and shipping needs, just in time for the holidays.
I know you love me. I know you do. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you?
American Idol is back, bigger and better than ever, with all the things you love the most.
It's the greatest underdog contest in the world.
The deluded wannabes.
Why?
Please tell me why, dude. Why are you here singing?
The talented gonnabes.
I love you. There ain't no doubt about it, baby. I love you.
I thought you were terrific.
And the excitement you can't find anywhere else. American Idol, the 2-hour premiere. Tuesday, January 16th on Fox.
Game tied at 17. Donovan McNabb watching 3 other quarterbacks throw touchdown passes today. A.J. Feely, along with Michael Vick and Matt Schaub of the Falcons, as his backup, Jeff Garcia. But Donovan's having a heck of a time up there.
Yeah, I saw his father, but I didn't see his mom, Wilma.
Kickoff by Keenan, and Mahe covers it up at the 2. It goes down at the 10. There's Wilma.
sharpest minds.
You're the only thing your mama's got left. So you better make this college boy thing work out.
And the greatest leaders.
So you're gonna pledge?
All step.
Being in a fraternity is about more than just stepping.
Have to start somewhere.
I just don't think he stayed a material.
I say we give him a chance.
For the tradition.
It's not about you. It's about the team.
For the pride.
Since I've been here, I've become a better person.
For the future.
A fraternity, and that's a brotherhood. Lifetime bond.
Stomp the Yard. Rated PG-13. In theaters January 12th.
I'll have a number 6 meal. Hey, can I change that to a number 9?
Sure.
Tired of one-size-fits-all combo meals? Get a Subway fresh value meal for a great price. A delicious sub freshly made just the way you want it. With chips and drink, what a deal. Where freshness meets value, Subway, eat fresh.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Radio Shack. By T. Rowe Price, mutual funds, IRAs, college savings, invest with confidence. By Subway Restaurants, Subway, eat fresh. And by Cadillac, the best Cadillac stories aren't just lived, they're shared. Share yours online with us.
17 all the score. There's Matt Schaub, who threw the touchdown pass moments ago, and the first TD pass in the fourth quarter for the Falcons this year. So Michael Vick had not thrown one since week 11 last year. Schaub gets it done here as Feely's pass open, making the catch is Hank Baskett down the sidelines, and Baskett will score. Hank Baskett with an 89-yard touchdown pass from Feely. He caught an 87-yarder against the Dallas Cowboys back in week 5. He of the big play. So A.J. Feely now has thrown 3 TD scores.
Well, good route by Hank Baskett, but it looked like Jimmy Williams, 24, should have gotten underneath that throw. You know, you got the safety, Chris Crocker, who was playing on top of Baskett, and it was just a corner route, but there was nobody threatening to the flat on Jimmy Williams, and then normally in that coverage, the corner will fall underneath it and take that throw away. But a good executed play by the Philadelphia Eagles.
David Akers gives the Eagles a 24-17 lead. So Baskett with his second TD catch of the year, and Feely having a ball in this week 16.
Turn left. Turn clockwise. Over, turn under. Turn left at intersection. Destination ahead.
Navigate your holidays. From now until January 2nd, purchase or lease any specially equipped Cadillac and we'll pay for the navigation system. Season's best. From Cadillac.
The moment may be right for you, but your sleeping beauty may want to wait till tomorrow. That's okay. You have up to 36 hours with Cialis. Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet clinically proven to work up to 36 hours. 36 hours means you can be flexible and choose for yourselves when the moment is right. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions and all medications, and ask if you're healthy enough for sexual activity. Don't take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help if you experience priapism, an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease in vision, stop taking Cialis and call your doctor right away. Some things take time. You can have it. 36-hour Cialis. When the moment is right, will you be ready?
The countdown has begun to the biggest event of the new year. Party on with Fox New Year's Eve Live from Times Square with performances by Daughtry, Tony Braxton, and more. Fox New Year's Eve Live. The party starts at 11 tonight on Fox.
There's Michael Vick on the sideline. Sprained ankle knocked him out of the game early in the third quarter. Terrell Buckhalter came out early of this game when he was put in for Brian Westbrook when Andy Reid took out most of his starters. when the Eagles knew they had won the division title with the Lions' upset of the Cowboys. Kickoff to Allen Rawson. And it takes about 3 Eagles to bring him down at the 30. Return of 22.
Yeah, you go back and take another look at the touchdown, and you're going to see Jimmy Williams right here. They're in a 2-deep coverage there. Actually, he did get someone in the flat, which held him just enough. That's the design of the route by the offense, holding Jimmy Williams and then able to get the ball in there off of Chris Crocker. And A.J. Feely hasn't had a lot of chances over the years to celebrate some of these touchdown throws, but he goes 90 yards on this one. That's a great feeling for any quarterback when you've thrown a touchdown like that.
That was the longest touchdown play of the year from scrimmage for the Eagles, as Warwick Dunn going off the left side and just shy of the line, and a first down and a penalty flag down. 9-yard pickup.
Holding offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Nullify the gain with the penalty to Roddy White.
Yeah, that was a pretty obvious call. I saw it from here the entire time it was happening. There he is engaged with Roderick Hood, and he just never let go and let Hood go try to make a play on the ball.
First and 20.
Tell you what, A.J. Feely is having a heck of a ball game here tonight.
Now a black belt. From the 20-yard line, Matt Schaub hitting Norwood, and Norwood down on the play made by Dhani Jones. Well, the Eagles and the Giants, you were there for both of them. Plexico Burress with the overtime catch after a huge Eagle lead of 24-3. Then in week 15, a lot closer in Giant Stadium, but the Eagles win that one. So they both won on the opposite team's field, and will meet for the 3rd time next Sunday on Fox.
Well, and as we know, the Eagles have won 4 in a row coming into this game, but I think it was that Giants game to where they really started believing they had something special going, because those first 2 wins against Carolina and Washington, they really didn't play real good football in those.
Second down and 17. Crumpler. So the wild card matchup next Sunday on Fox begins at 4 o'clock Eastern with the pregame show, 1 p.m. Pacific. The Giants against the Philadelphia Eagles. And the Giants talk away the points scored. The away team has done well in the 4th quarter and overtime, as you can see. So that sets up what should be a dramatic and intense game between these 2 rivals. Giants buoyed by their victory over Washington last night. Matt Schaub with plenty of time, and making the play is Dwayne Blakely, tight end. And Blakely with the catch at the 45 of the Eagles. Quentin Michael defending.
Well, Matt Schaub, he got plenty of time in the pocket to deliver this throw. He's auditioning probably for a lot of teams here tonight. And that's a pretty good look right there of exactly what Matt Schaub saw when he delivered that ball. Good coverage by Matt McCoy, but yet Schaub lays it right over his hands and into the hands of Blakely.
28 yards. Warwick Dunn. And Dunn picking up 4. Jerome McDougal making the play. The Giants going against the Eagles next week. Let's talk a little bit more of that. And Eli Manning now, it was Tiki Barber's game dominating last night. But, you know, Manning threw 1 touchdown pass. Didn't make any mistakes, but he's got to come up big in that game for the Giants.
There's no question. He's in a little bit of a slump right now. He's not throwing the ball well. And you can't count on that from Tiki Barber each week. He's going to have to be a factor if they're going to win games in the playoffs.
Schaub on the move. And will step out of bounds after a minimal gain.
You know, but if you think back to what got all this started, you know, again, for the Philadelphia Eagles, that win against Carolina, Lito Shepherd intercepts a pass in the end zone, which secures that victory. Didn't look particularly good the way that it happened. And yet they've been able to gain a little confidence and win some games. And now they're a very confident team going into the playoffs. You know, who's to say that that can't happen with the New York Giants? They won a game last night. Didn't play particularly well, but I think that they will come into this game next week against these Eagles. They always do, and it'll be a tight ball game.
Well, they have a new life. That's the way they have to look at it. And Matt Schaub's pass, and it's intercepted by Sean Considine. He's been around the ball all game. And Considine, who became a starter in Week 7, picks this one off. It was intended for Dwayne Blakely. And that's the first interception of the year for number 37.
Double beef fiesta salsa, so good.
Delicious, huh? And these grilled stuffed burritos are only $1.99.
All this flavor for only $1.99? No way.
Like how he told us he's going out on a date with Carmen Electra.
We're just going bowling.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Hi, Pete. Do you like my dress?
That'll do.
It's true. Taco Bell's big, tasty grilled stuffed burrito with double the beef, 3 cheeses, and grilled to go to get unbelievable taste for an unbelievable price.
How's she gonna bowl in that?
Think outside the bun.
Hi, honey. The holidays were great, but we're still going to need a few things, so if you could stop by Radio Shack and get some batteries, that would be just great. Okay, oh, yeah, 1 second, sir. Also, for the iPod, we're going to need iTrip, and we're also going to need some of those really cute little speakers. Ask the salesman, he'll know which ones. Oh, and hey, for the digital camera, we're going to need an additional memory card and some photo paper. Oh, and yeah, for your wireless phone, get a charger and some headset, and what are those little things you can clip to your belt? And some
All the stuff you need to go with all the stuff you got, only at Radio Shack.
Who cried?
I did.
Not me.
It was a sad ending and everything. I
saw you with your hand in your chin.
That's called concentrating on the moment. I wasn't crying, okay? I mean, seriously, I don't know why you got...
The Holiday Miracle Sales Event. No real miracles, just $1.99 Jettas until January 2nd.
Boise State, Oklahoma, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, tomorrow, New Year's Day, only on Fox. Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Volkswagen Jetta. Safe happens.
Sean Considine with the interception for the Eagles. That's first turnover by the Falcons. Jim Mora's team trying to wind up at 500 on the year, and the pass to basket. And riding him out of bounds was Jimmy Williams as we check in with Pam.
Yeah, Dick, I spoke with Jim Mora before the game, and I must have asked him 3 times how he's handling all the speculation that he's going to be fired. Finally, he said, you know, it's hard. I've got 4 kids and a foundation in Atlanta. We're just getting off the ground. But he said when you're a head coach in the NFL, everybody has their turn. And then he proceeded to wield an imaginary baseball bat, indicating that he's the one being whacked with it. Mora said he spoke with owner Arthur Blank a couple of times this week, but that he doesn't know anything. Blank politely declined discussing the matter when I approached him before the game.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. 2nd down and 1, and the handoff to Ryan Moats. There's no question, however, that that radio interview, which Jim Mora said he was just joking when he had said December 6th that he would like the University of Washington job done with a friend of his out in the Pacific Coast, according to reports, the most egregious thing, because Arthur Blank, felt that it might be a disloyal kind of comment, and Jim Morris said that he was joking, and people who heard it thought not. But whatever it is, it's one of those damage control items.
Well, reports are that Arthur Blank didn't buy into the comments made by Jim Mora that he was joking. I think anybody that listened to that interview would come away saying he wasn't joking.
Feely gets basket, the second option, flag down.
The other part of that, Dick, is, the comments made by Jim Mora Sr., there's no question that
illegal contact, defense, number 56. Penalties decline, first down.
There's no question that made an impact on Michael Vick, because Michael Vick even talked about it this week and saying that, he hasn't yet gotten over those remarks. And I do know that Arthur Blank thinks an awful lot of Michael Vick. And I thought it was very telling this week with all the spin that was coming out of Atlanta. Not once did Michael Vick say he wanted to see Jim Mora back as his head coach. And I think the fact that he did not come out and say that was very telling. And how much is Michael Vick's thoughts going to weigh in on what ultimately happens with Jim Mora?
Ryan and Moats with the run. In fact, what Michael Vick has talked about is the fact that the team is underachieved. He said we have too much talent here and we just can't come out every week to try to wing it, was the way Michael Vick put it.
Well, I think that one of the things that has probably hurt Jim Mora the most as a head coach has been, it just seems like he wants to establish too close of a personal relationship with too many of the key players within the football team. And I've been a part of some teams that we've had head coaches that have tried that. I think it becomes very, very difficult then in tough times to separate yourself from that and really be able to be the head coach that sometimes a team needs.
Incomplete to Reno Mahe.
You know, the other part of that, though, Dick, is, you know, I think sometimes it's very easy to say, well, we want to make a change. And sometimes those feelings, you know, are justified. But if you do make a change, who are you going to make a change to? And if you don't have somebody in line as far as who's going to be the head coach, and I don't know what exactly Arthur Blank and the Atlanta Falcons are going to decide. But if they don't have somebody that they think is going to do a better job than Jim Mora in place, then I don't think you make that move.
Timeout Eagles. We'll be right back.
Just gives me the feeling like she's not like listening to me.
Have you tried not saying like every other word?
What?
Remember your ski trip story?
Yeah.
I was like going down the hill and like there was a crowd and like
come on, that's
and I was like, stuff either happens or it doesn't happen.
Holy.
The Holiday Miracle Sales Event. No real miracles, just $1.99 Jettas until January 2nd.
The president must have given up a lot to make this happen.
I wish you were coming back under different circumstances.
I can't even begin to imagine what you went through over there, Jack.
But there's a reason you're here now.
Mr. President. This is a desperate measure, Jack. Believe me, I know. I understand what's expected of me. I don't know how to do this anymore.
You'll remember.
24, the two-night premiere event begins 2 weeks from tonight on Fox.
Well, a little early for St. Patrick's Day, or for that matter, the Mummers Parade, annually celebrated on Thanksgiving Day in Philadelphia. Perfect vision for the Eagle as we have 3rd down and 10 with under 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. A.J. Feely in Falcon territory, throwing incomplete. And that will bring up 4th down and 10. And Feely saying it was me.
Yeah, he had a shot at Matt Schobel. Matt Schobel ran a good route, and you know, this has got to be fun for him as well, because like I said, he's getting a lot of opportunities to be on the receiving end of some passes today, but A.J. Feely knows that he missed him on that one and could have kept that drive alive.
So Dirk Johnson back to kick, and Alan Rossum standing at the 10 for the Falcons. Good hang time. The ball bounces at the 3 and unable to keep it in play was Greg Lewis. Well, 2 weeks from tonight at 8/7 Central, don't miss the explosive 2-night, 4-hour season premiere of 24. A new day begins 2 weeks from tonight at 8/7 Central, right here only on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, Arthur Blank has come out of the sky boxes and going over to Michael Vick first for the good wishes for the new year. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Falcons. Jarius Norwood is the running back, and he gets the call and gets a big opening. And is still on his feet, getting the first down and almost getting to the 40-yard line. But Hansen brings him down after a gain of 18. And Troy, you made a very good point about, fans and people say, well, let's get rid of the coach and everything. You have to have the right guy come in. And of course, when you do have a new coach, you have new coordinators, a new system. The Sean Payton situation in New Orleans is a rarity, where a coach comes in the first year does as well as he did.
That's right. And then you say, okay, well, what type of offense is it that you're going to run? I mean, I think you're
Norwood. Running one with Norwood wouldn't be a bad one. 17 yards.
Now, I'll tell you what, Jarius Norwood, I think is going to be a really good football player in this league for a while. He's got great quickness. He's a tough guy for someone that's got the speed that he has, and he's learned a lot throughout this rookie season. You can see him there, not shying away from contact. I had a chance to visit with him on the field prior to the game, and he admitted, as most rookies do, at some point late in the year they hit the wall. He said he hit the wall about week 10. And it's very hard for these rookie players to fight through that, but he's been able to.
From the 44 of the Eagles, Matt Schaub going underneath to Justin Griffith, who's hit immediately. And a loss of 1. Well, the bowl action will start tomorrow, and what a great week coming up ahead. The Tostitos Bowl Bash begins with the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. Nebraska takes on Auburn. Then it's the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl as Boise State looks to complete unbeaten season when they battle the Oklahoma Sooners. The Tostitos Bowl Bash begins tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, in high definition, only on Fox. You'll be glued to your television all week watching those games. Norwood up the middle for a couple.
You know what I like? You look at the sidelines here for the Philadelphia Eagles and Andy Reid and Jim Johnson. I mean, these guys are still coaching these players up. I mean, they definitely want them to continue to play well and go into the playoffs feeling good about themselves. And with that, in order to do that, a win today would go a long ways in helping them achieve that. And so, they don't take any days off. There's no question about that. And that's, again, one of the reasons why Jeff Garcia has enjoyed playing here so much.
3rd down and 8. Empty backfield. Schaub takes off. Will get the first down. No one up ahead. And he finally slides in an awkward style to the 23.
Yeah, you're going to see things open up as he drops back right up the middle. And the coverage there on Warwick Dunn, and then he goes ahead and takes it. And not the smoothest slide you've ever seen. A little bit of a Charlie Hustle head first jobby there.
Something first.
So yeah, maybe a hip first.
First down with under 3.5 to play. Hand off to Warwick Dunn. And Dunn getting to the 20-yard line. He scored the Falcons' only touchdown in that NFC Championship game loss to the Eagles in 2004.
Well, I think he's an awfully good running back and someone who, I think people around the league respect, but as far as probably the average NFL fan, probably does not get as much respect or as much recognition as he deserves. He's a very good football player and has been in this league for a while.
2nd down and 6. The Eagles lead 24-17. And here is Dunn. And Dunn tackled from behind by Omar Gaither. Rookie from Tennessee, making his 5th start today, and one of the big additions to Jim Johnson's defensive unit to help turn that tide.
Yeah, he really helped them. Matt McCoy got banged up. His shoulder was bothering him. And so several weeks back, they went with Omar Gaither and inserted him into the lineup. And he's one of the reasons also that this defense has been improved in recent weeks against the run.
3rd down and 3. Matt Schaub pass caught by Crumpler, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Falcons as we get to the 2-minute warning. An 8-yard pickup, and the Falcons needing a touchdown and an extra point to tie this game. We'll be back.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Cholesterol. It can come from fettuccine Alfredo, but also from your grandpa Alfredo, from barbecue ribs, and from your grandma Barbie. A healthy diet is important. When that's not enough, adding Vytorin can help. Cholesterol comes from two sources, food and family. Vytorin treats two sources. Only Vytorin helps block the absorption of cholesterol from food and reduces the cholesterol your body makes naturally based on family history. Vytorin was also proven in clinical studies to lower bad cholesterol more than Lipitor alone. Vytorin is not for everyone, including people with liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect. Vytorin may interact with other medicines or certain foods, increasing your risk of getting this serious side effect. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. So eat right, stay active. But if that's not enough, ask your doctor about adding Vytorin. Two sources of cholesterol. Treat them both with Vytorin.
The German word for safe is sicher. The Portuguese word for firewall is muro de fogo. The Chinese word for password is mima. My company's in 17 countries now, and I can say secure in every one of them.
Dynamic networking from AT&T identifies security threats before they're problems, so Jane's confidence grows right alongside her company. The new AT&T, your world delivered.
Fox's football coverage doesn't end when the games are over. Afterwards, stick around for the OT live from New York, where Joe, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy bring you exclusive interviews, extended highlights, and a look ahead to the playoffs. The OT presented by Lowe's coming up next only on Fox. That'll be LA, not New York. It's 3,000 miles off. Handoff to Warwick Dunn. And Dunn gets to about the 3-yard line. 4-yard pickup for Warwick Dunn. Talk about injuries that have affected teams. Javon Curse, who hurt his knee, out for the year, went on injured reserve in week 2. How about losing Javon Curse, even though Trent Cole came in and had a great year?
Yeah, they lost him in that overtime loss to the New York Giants there in week 2, and it did change things up for them along that defensive line. No longer were they then able to rotate guys as much as they had been.
Second down and goal. And here is Dunn. And Dunn is stopped at about the 1.
That was Quentin Michael, too. I mean, you talked about last week and the job that he did on the goal line stand against the Dallas Cowboys. He does another great job here, stopping Warwick Dunn.
Timeout, Eagles.
Hey, want a Bud Light?
Yeah.
Whoa. Rubber floors. Just had them installed. Now we'll never break a Bud Light. Oh, nice. Remote.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Hi.
Too much bounce. Maybe.
Eagles have 1 timeout left. Jeff Garcia with a 4-1 record sitting this one out. Arthur Blank on the sideline, as he usually comes toward the end of every Falcon game.
He and Jerry Jones, they've got that routine down, don't they? They both head down there to the sidelines in the waning moments of the 4th quarter.
11th play of the drive, 3rd and goal. They'll mark it at the 2. And Schaub falls down and is sat on, so to speak, by Matt McCoy. So 4th and goal.
It looked like he must have gotten stepped on coming out of there. You know, oftentimes an offensive lineman, usually a center, you know, will be the one that steps on his foot.
And the Eagles calling their last timeout.
He just stumbled. He just tripped over himself. He just tripped over himself coming out of there, as you're going to see right there. His left leg is why he fell, and that's disappointing for the Atlanta Falcons not to be given at least an opportunity here on that 3rd down play to score the touchdown.
Well, they're going to try it here on 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line. Jeremiah Trotter came onto the field to give the defense a little pep talk.
Oh, Axeman getting them going.
All right here, 4th down and goal from the 10, with the Falcons trailing by a touchdown. Matt Schaub fires, tipped away, incomplete, and the Eagles take over on down.